Well, we're finally here, at the point where GamesMaster's lowest reached its even lowest, and the vast majority of viewers out there will likely have never even seen this footage before, because based on the comments, 90% of you saw the first 2 episodes of Series 3 and then just sat it out until Diamond came back in Series 4. And that's fair, I think. Nobody enjoys supporting the losing team, unless, that is, you're a fan of the underdog. And I, for one, have decided that I'm here to root for Dexter Fletcher. Team Dexter, that's what I'm all about. That definitely won't change over the course of this video. Let's see what prizes are on offer for the winners of this drawn-out dreck.
And the competition winners? Well, they'll get the Amiga CD32, the 64-bit Atari, the latest IBM PC with the Real Magic card, and last but not least, the Philips CDI.
Jesus H. Christ.
And not only that, they also win the coveted TV title of GamesMaster Team Champion.
Now, just as a reminder, the rest of Series 3 takes place in this hastily thrown together bunker because they got kicked out of the previous venue when the government decided that prison they were using would actually make quite a good prison. You know, for prisoners, instead of a coke-addled cockney with jazz hands and his army of annoying teenagers. Everyone is now having to cram into a space that looks like hell on earth. I mean, the smell alone must be like day-old kipper soup.
Let's go and meet the next team, see who you're up against. Right, thank you, lads. This way, excuse me, through here, this way. Caretaker, shuffle them back. I can't see anything, bring me a light, I want to see these guys' faces better.
I know this bit is probably scripted, but I feel like it was probably necessary to script in the light man because they literally could not fit a light in there to make any of this watchable. You can't sneak your shoddy production joke past me, boys.
Well, I only got 4 words to say to you, Derek, and that's we're simply the best.
I'm sorry, who?
Well, I only got 4 words to say to you, Derek.
My name's Dexter, actually. Let's go and meet the next team because this geezer doesn't even know my name. Come on, everybody.
Don't take it personally, Derek. I've got your back.
Come out of the Red Bridge Raiders. Good evening, gentlemen. So, do you want to tell us your names?
Yeah, my name's Clem and I'm the team captain.
Good man.
Anil.
Waleed.
All right, so you've heard the other 2 teams spout off. How do you think your team are going to do? You worried?
No, we can beat them with our hands down.
We can beat them with our hands down isn't a turn of phrase, it's just hands down. You don't literally put your hands down, otherwise you will definitely lose. Anyway, this being a team championship, the first game is Aladdin. So basically, the way this works is that they don't really do anything as a team. They do the challenges individually and get points for their team, which is, well, it's certainly a thing they chose to do. Let's just roll with it. Team Derek.
Now as he comes up this chasm, he wants to jump, get it down.
Doing well, 5,
He's
done well. 6, come on, keep going.
Right up the chasm and jump backward because you've got a bit of
25 seconds gone.
He's got 10 apples
He's
so
leaping
far.
like a
He's doing
lizard.
very well, he's not died.
Look at that gazelle like leap.
Very well.
Go on, Aladdin.
There's a load of apples through there. Come on,
He's got 10 seconds. 9,
doing very well.
8,
There's a boulder out there
7,
to outrun that
6,
boulder.
5,
more apples. He's
4,
there live.
3,
Nearly all over.
2,
12 apples.
1.
That's all he's going to get.
Stop the challenge! So the armchair scored 13 there. Now,
Dave's get-up here is out of this world. Bomber jacket, tight leather trousers, Union Jack bandana. This man should be our national anthem. Forget all that shit about God saving the king or whatever. We should be pledging allegiance to Dave Perry's skin-tight chaps.
Oh, rise above, we come together, worshipping his chaps of leather. Perry's chaps, boots so proudly, arms gets durag, and very loudly. Dave's got his durag, Dave's got his durag, Dave's got his durag. Oh!
David, start your challenge!
He's away. Start jumping that chasm. Once you're over there, you can relax just a little bit. Now there's a boulder going to come out of the ceiling now. He's going to outrun the boulder and grab apples at the same time.
He's away,
Believe me,
there's
it
a
might look
genie.
easy at home, but it's
Ooh, that was
very,
close.
very tricky. He's doing well. He's missing a lot of apples. No,
15 seconds
about 5
gone.
apples there. He got the
Oh,
top of the
nicely.
boulder up in the sky, but he missed
Picking up
about 5
plenty, 11.
on the way
It's a good
through.
score so far.
He's got 11. He's doing extremely well.
Yeah, he
He's
is.
going to lose a life now.
Go on, man.
Go look at the boulder will be coming after him any minute.
Watch out for the big hot boulder!
Watch out for the big hot boulder.
Oh, it's all over. Well done. He scored 14 apples, which puts his team in pole position. Next up, we've got Waleed of the Red Bridge Raiders. Waleed's obviously got everything to play for. Waleed, start your challenge!
So while he leaps up in the air,
He's
with
away.
happiness, he shoots.
He leaps down the chasm!
Now this, I like this. They're so strapped for time that it seems they're not even re-recording the fuck-ups, which we know for a fact they did in the first 2 series. This kid just fought his way through the auditions only to be on screen for approximately 13 seconds and fail spectacularly. Perfect. Speaking of failing spectacularly, let's go over to reviews, and it's Sensible Soccer again.
Renegade have made a corking job of this conversion. They use the 3 buttons on the Sega pad to real effect to make it a game of passing, banana shots, everything basically.
There are 3 new levels of play, easy to expert, which means if you're new to the game, you're not going to be humiliated too often by crushing defeats. It's a wonderful game. It's the best soccer game around, anywhere, any place, anytime.
5% less than the Amiga version? No idea why, as they didn't say. Never mind, time for some garbage.
Ever had the feeling of deja vu? Well, you will with this one. Dennis is another retread of the Addams Family motif as we come out collecting coins again. Ever had the feeling of deja vu? Well, you will with this one. Dennis is another retread of the Addams Family motif as we come out collecting coins again.
Unsurprising score, though it should be a lot lower. Next, it's Goal on the Game Boy.
It's a brave move to try and bring that football game on the Game Boy. It'd be nice to say Goal succeeded, but unfortunately it doesn't. The graphics are confusing and blurred.
Goal is a real letdown. It's the Barnet of football games, in fact. It's terrible.
It's impossible to see where the ball is. As a result, it's a complete no-hoper from the start. Just avoid it.
Yeah, I can't begin to imagine how awful that looks on a smeared Game Boy screen. 37% makes this as good as Street Gangs on the NES, which I've still never forgiven them for. As if this place needed any more snow, the next game is a snowboarding game on the SNES, and I only care if someone immediately wipes out before they get a single point. But, sadly, everyone does quite well.
It's important to get off to a nice bit of acceleration at the start. If you go too fast, you lose it, however. That's doing very well from side. He's hit no gates so far. He's doing very, very well.
Watch out for the big hot boulder!
And then you don't suffer the 2-second penalties later on when it tallies up. He still hasn't hit a gate. He's still doing very, very well, weaving from side to side. If he can keep his cool, he could be on for putting his team through. He's doing very, very well. He's hit no gates. The gates are getting closer together now. It's getting tough. That's extremely good.
That means the Red Raiders are out because they failed to do anything the entire time. Let's see if they start a fight about it.
Colleen, team captain of the Red Bridge Raiders, got blown out. You gutted?
Yeah, I am actually. These 2 people are so sad, both of them.
Easy.
I'm not sad.
Hold on, they're called Red Raiders, but they were the green team? Would it have been so difficult to make them the red team, for Christ's sake? Anyway, you'd think, as this show is now all about a tournament, they'd forgo the celebrity challenge, but no such luck. Here we have Vinnie Jones wearing a combination of the brightest shirt and the brownest trousers, and Les Ferdinand, who is one fur coat away from looking like Tony Todd in Candyman.
We all know Vinnie's reputation. You're a bit intimidated.
Be my victim.
So, do you play a lot of computer games yourself?
No, little girl's got a few computer games, you know, and it just cost me a lot of money. I never get the phone.
You're not going to say that.
Please stop, Vinny. We've just lost 5 publishers' deals. Unsurprisingly, these 2 football men are playing a football game. I'm sure you're all overjoyed by that fact. As expected, it's largely boring to watch, but it does make me wish their real names were Vinny Holland and Les Brazil. If you're wondering who won, of course it was Vinny. We all saw how ruthless he was in Series 2.
Vinny, pleased with that result?
Yeah, I got the hang of the goalkeeper quite early.
Yeah, you certainly were. You were stopping them all over the place. It was a good challenge. Thank you very much. You're going to be coming back in a couple of weeks to play in the final of our FIFA Soccer Challenge, if you don't mind. I'm sure you can. Yeah.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Not everything has to be a tournament, Derek, but no, I'm on your side for this. Also, if you're wondering why I'm largely cutting out the cheat zone for this series, I think this kid sums it up.
GamesMaster, I need more money syndicate for Amiga. Can you get to me, please?
Terrible delivery. Sort yourself out, child.
Nice one, big fella.
Camel's going to play for my team.
Yeah, so Camel, you like the championships resting on your shoulders, you realise that?
Yeah.
You confident?
Yeah.
Yeah? No worries. Well, he's silent, but maybe he's deadly. Sean?
Yes, indeed.
Did that intimidate you at all?
Not in the slightest, unfortunately.
Yeah.
We need our guy winding up as much as possible.
Yeah.
Because that's how he fights best.
That's right, and Chris is going to be playing
Chris
for you,
is
yeah?
playing for us.
Yeah.
OK, let's go over to the GamesMaster, find out exactly what this challenge is going to be.
Yeah.
The next challenge is this bloody fighting game again, and look at this. Dave Perry is just talking straight to the camera now.
It's going to be a good one because in our audition, Chris was the stronger fighter. He beat Mike Bison twice on level 8 on Street Fighter 2, while Karaji lost a round to a level 8 Blanca.
I'm not sure I like that. It's like he's trying to bandana his way into my soul.
Go on, kid!
Firing at Captain Kid. Captain Kid's just getting in there and doing the business with kicks and punches, and it's taking all the energy. J-Max is finished. That's the end for Chris. Captain Kid, our winner.
Business! Nice one, well done. That means the Turbo Destructors are the first team through to the championship. Championship semi-finals. Let's go and meet the teams and see how happy or sad they really are. Well, you won the first round, but things went a bit wrong after that.
Yeah.
You were confident with your man, weren't you?
Yeah, I was very confident. I knew he was going to win. Yeah. And I'm just like to say bad luck to them lot.
Oh, that's not shake hands. Well, very sporting. Well done.
Sporting behaviour on my GamesMaster? I refuse to accept it.
You've joined us here in the Caretaker's Furnace Room for the second heat, where 3 more teams are competing for a place in the semi-finals, where they can win, if they get through to the finals that is, not only the coveted title of GamesMaster Team of Champions, but a whole bunch of Megamungus video prizes.
Megamungus. Has this word ever been used before or after by literally anyone on planet Earth?
Okay, the red team are being let out of their cell, and they're the Leighton Wizards, aren't they? Leighton Wizards? Yep. Hello, good evening. So, who's your team captain?
Me,
Leon. Leon? Hassan?
Paul.
Paul, so you're the team captain, Leon?
Yep.
What would you say that your team's strong game is?
Strong at everything. We just typically give you the best.
You're just what, the best?
We just typically give you the best. Typically give you.
The best at everything apart from that word. Got it.
Okay, this is the culture crew. Excuse me, young man. Let's get through it. Culture crew from London. Here they are. And their team captain. Come on, tell us your name. What's your name?
Isis.
Not a name you hear much anymore for some reason. Now, one thing you may have picked up on by this point is the deathly quiet that surrounds almost everything. Normally, when a team is coming out for the first time, you'll have the crowd going wild, followed by Dexter's annoying whistle to silence the unruly rabble.
And Mamoru Namoto from Japan. Right, let's go and meet the final team, the yellow team, this way. Excuse me. This way.
But they can't do that, can they? Because this room would ensure that someone so much as blinking their eyes would be absolutely fucking deafening. That means everyone has to stand and stare silently at the competitors, which really gives the show the laid-back, chilled vibe a tournament needed.
Okay, what's your name, team captain?
Steve.
Team captain, Steve? Sanel?
Bradley.
Bradley, do you want to tell us why you called the GIT, Steve?
You tell ya.
Go on, Brad.
We're the Gaming International Team Specialist.
Definitely didn't struggle to work backwards from that acronym. Let's get on to the first challenge. It's the game the reviewers decided was mid a few episodes back, Skyblazer. Possibly the most bizarre game to pit 3 teams against, although we have just had Aladdin, so what do I know?
So, the challenge is Skyblazers. Leon from the Wizards, he's in position. He's got to collect 50 diamonds in the quickest possible time that he can. Leon, start your challenge. What's that, Dave?
Those are the baddies. He's got to kill those. Those baddies will often leave something behind, like a diamond or a power-up. The power-up's no good to him. That big diamond, that's worth 10.
I really can't get over how quiet this is, and these shots of the audience do not help at all. I'm getting Undead Asylum vibes, which I really don't think is what anyone was going for. Anyway, these kids who are apparently the greatest games players across the land are fucking awful. Just look at this.
If you make him leap off at the wrong time, he's going to hit
another
the
big
spike.
diamond
That's
there.
a good leap. He got the 10, he's back on the spikes again. The energy bar's down, he's gone.
He's out of the challenge.
He's out of the challenge.
He's out of the challenge.
Ah, but it gets worse.
Isis, start your challenge here.
Isis has gone herring on. Once again, she's going to kill these early baddies, pick up what they leave behind. She
hasn't got any
should know
diamonds
now
so
where
far.
the diamonds are because she saw the other guys getting them. Actually,
right.
she's got the 10. She's hit no spike. She's taken she's taken a bit of damage. If you look at the energy bar from the top left, that was Steve's mistake. She wants to get up there and get that diamond. She's missed out on 10. That's a terrible thing to do.
Time's 25
Mind you, she knows that as long as she gets 50 with that diamond, she's going to be okay. She's missing a lot of diamonds. There's another one she's left behind.
How do you not understand at this point in life that spikes equals bad? How are we 3 series into the show and people still can't grasp this most basic of platforming game tropes? Sod it, let's go to the reviews. Of course it's fucking Aladdin.
Aladdin on the stairs doesn't really live up to its Mega Drive rival, mainly because the animation just isn't there.
It's good.
Wait a minute. I didn't really concentrate on what anyone was saying because Jazz's new mop has thrown me right off. You can't just go changing your hair mid-series. You're breaking the continuity, Jazz. You're this show's Violet Berlin. 78% for the inferior SNES Aladdin, probably about right. Cybermorph on the Jaguar's next, which none of you have played because it came out on the Jaguar. Stop lying in the comments.
Cybermorph's a game that's packaged along with the new...
It's good. It looks the business and it should sell Jaguars, but in terms of playability, it leaves a bit to be desired.
81% looks ass. That's the end of this anemic reviews section, so it's time for features, and as if you weren't sick of Mortal Kombat after the first part of Series 3, this bit is all about Mortal Kombat 2, so you can get sick of that as well.
And we kick off this week with the very first pictures of the arcade game you've all been waiting for, Mortal Kombat 2. The game is even bigger this time round with 12 fighters for you to choose from. Here it is. Mortal Kombat 2. Sonya's gone, but in her place is Melina with her truly explosive death move. Other newcomers include Big Bad Baracus, a kind of Mexican cowboy Jax, and Kung Lao. Meanwhile, the boffins at Probe Software are hard at work on the console version. Stand by for pictures of that very soon.
Looks ass. The next challenge is Dr. Robotnik's Mean Bean Machine, but instead of just doing a head-to-head, there's 3 teams, so they can't do that, and they all have to play separately and just try to get as many points as possible in a minute. It's not interesting to watch because there's no real stakes at play. The difficulty of completing an actual challenge has been removed entirely, and also I have absolutely no interest in the slightest as to who is going to win this entire endeavour. But just so you can all follow along, this lot have gone, whoever they were. That leaves the Gits versus the Wizards, which is a sentence I didn't think I'd ever say, but before that, we have to watch 2 more football men. The only one worth pointing out is John Barnes because he's wearing the most leatheriest of leather jackets I've ever seen.
All right, now, John, Little Bird tells me that you've had a bit of practice on the FIFA Soccer Challenge, no?
Never.
No?
Never.
You've been using your natural flair and ability?
Never.
All right, then, well, good luck on your challenge, lads.
As it's a football men challenge, of course, for the 1000th time, we get to watch them football it out. And look how pissed off Dave Perry is. He's clocked John Barnes' jacket and realised he's been outplayed. Absolutely miffed.
So John Barnes in Italy,
they're away.
Kicking from left to right in the blue shirts. Dennis White of Germany.
That's Italy.
Right
John Barnes.
John Barnes goes
oh, watch out for the big hot boulder.
John Italy and Dennis Germany battle it out in a match that one can only really describe as certainly being football. And in all fairness, it's more exciting than the last match with a 4-1 scoreline that'll have Vinnie Jones making his brownest trousers even browner.
Good result, 4-1. Must be well chuffed.
Never.
Semis.
GamesMaster, I'm Ren and Stimpy for the SNES. The Big Beaver, it keeps killing me. Big Beaver. Beaver. Big Beaver. Beaver.
The final tournament challenge then, it's the surprisingly good Turtles fighting game that everyone kind of ignored.
Make love to the camera.
Like I said, the thing to watch is the energy bars, right at the top, those yellow bars, the energy bars,
come on,
that's the energy spun out, right at the top, those yellow bars, the energy bars,
come on,
that's the energy spun out, far too powerful for Shredder and Hassan. He's got all the special moves,
come on,
that's the energy spun out, the energy bars. This is very one-sided. He's trying to fight, but he just hasn't got what it takes.
Watch out for the big hot boulder.
Fenner's nearly gone, it's all over. Sunil's won, what an easy victory.
That means the Gits have won. Very exciting stuff.
A Sandman. So, yeah, you got your team through to the semi-finals, please?
Yeah.
Well done anyway, guys. That means the Gits are through. Yep.
Stop being nice to each other. Straight into meeting the teams, and a man who could hug a tree into submission has brought some elves along for the ride. They're the Hackney Pranksters. Simon Amstel heads up the Essex All-Stars, because of course he's the team captain. And lastly, we have the Humberside Hawks, and it's a shame he doesn't tell us where any of these teams come from. I'd love to know.
Sam?
Paul.
Paul?
I'm Matthew.
Matthew. And who's the team captain? You are, Sam. And so how do you think your team are going to do?
I'll thrash everyone.
Put some enthusiasm into it, sunshine. First on the roster is, you guessed it, Street Fighter 2. It was only going to be that or Mortal Kombat, wasn't it? But here's the question. How do you pit 3 teams of 3 against a 2-player game?
So the game's Street Fighter Championship Edition. Now, we've got 3 players playing a 2-player game, Dave. Do you want to tell us a bit how the scoring's going to work on this?
Yeah, what we're going to do on this is each team's beat-em-up specialist is going to play both the opposing beat-em-up specialists in a round-robin tournament. Right. The battles will be over 1 round, and each time you win a battle, you get a chance to get 5 points.
Oh, it's too complicated, Dave. I'm a simple man.
They're away. Right,
Off our lads go. Alton is red, Ken on the left. Sam is blue, Ken.
Red Ken versus Blue Ken sounds like a fight between an elderly communist and a bin man with a mouth like a sailor. I'm sure we all fully expected our resident bear to win this match with his giant presence alone, but sadly he clipped out with just a sliver of health between them. Confusingly though, he's still fighting in the next round because Dave Perry didn't explain the rules good enough for me.
Alton is really being pinned back. It's being backed into the corner there. It's still fairly even, but it's Alton who's taking all the
Come on, Alton, you got to win one.
He's just seems to be relying on getting the high kick. As Blue Ken big kicks there. But the combination of Blue Ken and it's Alton that's gone again.
And exactly the same thing just happened. You've been robbed, Giant Daddy. For the next round, for some reason, Sam is now playing as Bison. Dave, you didn't explain this bit. What's happening?
Do you want to tell us a bit how the scoring is going to work on this?
Yeah, what we're going to do on this is
fuck everything up.
Sam! He's really got there we go. The next hit!
It's an amazing comeback.
Give that team the lead. It's all over. It's Ken and Matthew in the end.
Right, let's go check out the scoreboard, see what the current standings are.
Well, that was needlessly confusing. Just have Street Fighter as the last round when there's only 2 teams left. That puts Simon Amstell's team in the lead, but who cares? It's reviews time, and it's Turtles Tournament Fighter on the Mega Drive.
I honestly thought the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles had gone into hibernation and never deemed to return alongside Bart Simpson and...
Ah yes, Bart Simpson. Who remembers Bart Simpson, eh?
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Tournament Fighters milks the Turtles license dry one last time.
Mr. Biffo there looking a bit like if Morrissey had become a librarian instead of a singer with the thoughts and opinions of an anus.
I was looking for a job and then I found a job.
This is just another Street Fighter style game using the Turtles as sprites. It's another example of the tied one-on-one beat-em-up formula.
75%, harsh, but also probably right. If you hadn't had enough of football already, don't worry, here's another one, World Football.
Oh dear, another duffer to join the football ranks. This is the real Barnet of football games.
Now, where have I heard that before?
Goal is a real letdown. It's the Barnet of football games.
Oh, it was you. You said that. You've got one football joke. Granted, that's one more than me, but you're a professional. I'm outraged.
And heaven knows I'm miserable now.
This sad effort is only fit for relegation to the Sunday League.
Ha! That's the sex number. 69% for this garbage. Should be lower, but that's always been the case, hasn't it? Let's check out today's feature, and you can all start sighing your collective sighs now.
Why is it a robot?
Explodes onto the sea.
Why is it a robot?
I'm miserable now.
Visually stunning.
I'm miserable, miserable.
Why is it a robot?
I'm miserable now.
Graphics ain't good.
I'm miserable, miserable.
There's a lot of hype about games with good graphics and bad gameplay, and I can assure you this game plays as well as it looks.
Next challenge is Magic Boy on the SNES, which is the most Amiga-looking SNES game I've seen in a while.
So, now!
Got Jacobs go. That's it. He stunned the animals. Those little boxes down the bottom right-hand side of the screen. Yeah. That's where the animals go. After you've stunned them back.
Right, they drop down.
They drop down. That's how you can tell how well he's doing.
Excellent stuff, 4 man so far.
What you do is you stun the animal, you jump on it, it goes into your bag, you then press your button to release the animal, and it appears.
Get him up down here.
He's got 6 animals so far. He's doing very well. The thing to watch out for is that Magic Boy's not very tough. If he takes one hit, and he's out.
He's leaping like a lizard.
He's leaping like a lizard. Where have I heard that before?
25 seconds gone.
He's got 10 apples.
He's leaping like a lizard.
Oh, it was you. You said that. You've got one leaping lizard joke. Granted, that's one more than me, but you're a professional. I'm outraged. This is a good point to check in on Derek's commentary, though. It's been a while since we dip-checked his video game banter levels after the abysmal first half of the series, so I'll pop up some handy on-screen graphics during this segment and we can analyse them together.
Come here. So Matthew's jumping, trying to stun the animal early on. That's one animal he's bagged already. Trying to get the teddy bear now. Shooting his shots across. He's got the dogs.
10 seconds gone.
Going up high is a real problem though.
Don't die.
You can drop on the animals
Get
and
him,
they'll kill
Magic
you.
Boy.
If
Get
you're
him.
not careful. He's got the teddy bear. Get the elephant. That's very good. He's got 4 animals now.
20
He's not
seconds
doing too bad. He's not breaking any records at the moment. But it's nice and steady. Nice and steady as it goes along.
Come on, let's do some action.
That's
Keep
it.
going.
No.
Okay, well, it's pretty clear from this lineup that he's letting Dave Perry take the reins. He's either giving very basic status updates on the time, or he's just shouting generic things about the game in response to something that Perry's already said. He also said, "keep going," as the challenger died, which, you know, it's not great timing, is it? But let's try this again. He may have just been having an off moment.
Off goes Robert. Trying to stun that animal early. Get it in the back. Drop it down. He hasn't dropped the animal. There we go. He's dropped it now. Wants to get that dog. Don't leave it too long because they're going to wait. They wake up and they savage you just when you least expect it.
Crowd are going wild here. They can't believe it.
He's got 3. He's halfway there to beating the previous score already. That's 4.
When he's going to
go for the teddy bear. It's difficult. You've got to time that shot just as you drop in. He wants to show.
Of course, he has got 5 so far. 32 seconds done.
One more animal.
It's got some work to do, Dave.
6. That's 6.
He's equalled them.
Extremely well. Let's
He's
get
doing
7.
well.
Let's go for
40
it. Get the
seconds.
That's 7. Is he going to do 9? No, he's missed 2 of the animals. 7.
Okay, well, let's do some Fletcher science. Compare these quotes to the previous round, remove anything that's duplicated, remove anything that's just a basic status update, and we're left with just this one quote, and honestly, I agree with him. He has got some work to do. Now, we've got an issue. The Portsmouth Pranksters and the Huddersfield Hawks are neck and neck, so instead of just tossing a coin like we would all prefer, they're going to do one lap on Mario Kart. And I want you to just watch how quickly they start this footage off.
Okay, guys, start your challenge, please, now.
And there you go.
Did you see that? The footage begins after the race has already started, and I think I can hypothesize as to why. One of them would have already been in second place from the starting line, and I can hazard a guess that it was Peach who got that advantage. That would have been incredibly important, and I would have been fully up in arms about it if Toad didn't win anyway. But still, I'm a little bit angry at the injustice that could have been there if the injustice wasn't wiped out by the other person just being shite. Anyway, that means Hug Hogan and the Care Bear boys are out on their ear, for shame. And even shamier is the Celebrity Football Challenge, again, which we can skip ahead on by giving the obvious result of Vinnie Jones absolutely smashing it, as per usual. So that's that out the way. We're on the final challenge, which, once again, it's tennis. It's always tennis.
So the game is Davis Cup tennis. The players are going to have 10 balls each to score as many points as they possibly can by hitting the targets. We've got Paul from the Hawks. He's going to go first. So, Paul, start your challenge now. Come on, let's go. He's away. Missed.
Second ball.
Wait, they're not even playing against each other. This tournament is an absolute shambles, I swear.
Simon's got a big mouth, but does that mean he's going to be any good at the challenge?
Well, Simon's supremely confident. He says he's been playing games too long to remember, which has got to be proof that computer games can seriously screw you up.
I couldn't agree with you more, Dave.
Maybe this is where Simon Amstel got his acerbic wit from. Maybe it was Dave Perry that started it all.
Joybad in the top right-hand corner is telling you what shot to play.
Right.
That's 2 points he's got.
He can't do it by the looks of it.
There's no way he can do it.
Still going
now.
for it.
That's 3 points from 8 balls.
Do it, man.
Oh, that's straight at the machine. That was frustration. We don't want to see that kind of play.
No, he's
he's flat on
the ground.
He gave it everything. That's the end of his challenge.
Oh, Simon, what went wrong, please tell us?
To be honest, I don't know what went wrong. It must have been something with my fingers, they're worn out or something. But I'm not going to make any more excuses like that. But I'm going to be a good sport.
Yeah.
I want it really scary.
Oh, Simon's losing popularity quite rapidly here. Now, your team did quite well with Paul playing there, didn't they, Sam?
Yeah, brilliant.
Pleased about that?
Yeah.
Through to the semi-finals?
Yep.
You're going to do some stomping in the semis?
Yep.
Absolutely. Well, I'm going to wrap this week's show up there.
Yep.
Well, that's the end of all that. But don't worry, after the break, it's the Derek Felcher Christmas special. Excitement. That's right, it's Christmas time in the dungeon, and how they've managed to squeeze a Christmas tree in here is anyone's guess, though it's not exactly a Hallmark special. They've basically just attached a bit of tinsel and 6 balloons to the TV. I've never been more depressed.
Enough of that. Right, we're going to take a break from the normal proceedings, i.e. we're not going to have the team championships this week. This week we've got 3 very special teams of celebrity panto stars. They're going to come in and play some challenges for us. They're going to be battling it out for the famous GamesMaster Golden Joystick. Hey! Sorry to interrupt you. You couldn't tell us your names, could you please?
Yes, I'm King of the Rats and I hate all cats and I'm down at Croydon. King of the Rats. King of the Rats. King of the Rats and I hate all cats. King of the Rats. rats and I hate all cats.
Oh, I say.
My name's Chase and I ain't Mary and I'm in Croydon playing the fair.
Whoa, lovely.
My name's Jack. I don't take no flat, but I'm happy to be on Game Master.
God, I want to be sick.
The lady not from Woking, step outside, we want to meet you. Here they come. Sorry, are you all right in here? Bit smoky?
Yeah, bit smoky.
Could you tell us your name, please?
Ebenezer.
This really is turning into the who's who of who the fuck are they. I mean, seriously, I recognise this guy as someone who was on Home and Away, and this woman used to be Teabag, and I'm sure I recognise this guy from somewhere, but I can't for the life of me remember where from. I'm just going to assume he's in a soap. They're always in a soap. Anyway, you'll no doubt have guessed that this is some sort of gigantic celebrity challenge thing for Christmas, and even Dave Perry has gotten dressed up for the occasion. Sort of.
Dave's got his Christmas. Dave's got his Christmas. Dave's got his Christmas on.
He still had to wear that fucking bandana, didn't he? Anyway, let's see how they get on with a Yogi Bear game I didn't even know existed.
And start your challenge!
Robert goes racing off into the challenge.
Where's he gone? Whoa, there's Yogi.
The challenge is to collect clocks, don't forget. Yogi can kill all the bad guys by jumping on their head. His energy bar is in the bottom right-hand side of the screen. It's that cake. Every time he gets hit by a bad guy, he loses a slice of cake.
God, this looks awful. And presumably all the games on this episode are going to be Baby's first adventure because none of these celebrities will have seen a video game in their life.
That's gone. A lot of energy away from the race. Look at her cake in the bottom corner of the screen. She's going to die at the end of her challenge.
Teabag craps out in no time, and Aladdin from Woking keeps forgetting what the jump button is, but still manages to come in second. That's probably about the standard you're likely to expect from this one. Let's get upset at some reviews.
I forgot what I was going to say.
Nah.
Okay, then, instead of doing reviews this week, we have that, whatever that was, and then everyone's favourite games of the year.
It's the best beat 'em up there is, and everyone should have a copy.
Well, apart from the obvious Street Fighter 2, my favourite sports game of the year is FIFA Soccer. It's brand new, but it is brilliant.
My choice for 93 would be Zombies on the Super Nintendo. Why it appeals to me so much, I'm not sure. At first glance, it appears to be just another run-of-the-mill overhead shoot-'em-up. But play for a while and you'll realise it's full of 50s B-movie tackiness.
Bullfrog Syndicate on the Amiga gets my vote for one of the best games from 1993.
Well, Mr. Biffo and Andy Nuttall win this round. Everyone else went with the most obvious of obvious titles, and they should be shunned for their opinions. Now we'll take a look at some prizes for viewers while Derek does a weird little dance.
Four of the most advanced bits of gaming equipment in the world. A Panasonic 3DO multiplayer, a Philips CDI home entertainment centre with a digital video cartridge, the state-of-the-art Amiga CD32, and the incredible 64-bit Atari Jaguar.
Now, here's how to enter the competition.
No, you're alright, it's fine. Straight on to the next challenge then. I called it when I said all these games are going to be horseshit for the ham-fisted. It's bargain bin filler Alfred Chicken.
Dave, tell us a bit about his game-playing prowess.
If you thought John was bad as Nasty Nick, you should see him as King Rat. I don't want him to win. I don't think he'll win.
No, I don't want him to win, so I want lots of boos from the audience, all right? Yeah, boos like that. Okay, well, good luck to him anyway. Off you go. Starting challenge. Got 1 life, 45 seconds. Collect as many diamonds as you can. Off you go.
Well, the first thing John's going to have to do is Alfred Chicken is to get on those springs, get a nice bit of bounce to get to the platform so that he can get to those higher diamonds, but he doesn't want to hit the most.
Incredible.
Dave, any idea as to what he might be doing for us this evening?
Well, I don't want Ray to think he's been pigeonholed. He's gone from being Alf in Home and Away to being Alfred Chicken. It's got to be a downward step.
What the fuck was that?
Okay then, good luck and start your challenge.
Off Ray goes Alfred Chicken.
There's Alfred.
He saw what John did. He knows he's got to bounce on those springs early on. Get a nice bit of bounce to get up to the higher platforms. And once he gets up there, he can get all those lovely diamonds.
Jesus Christ, Alf.
It's all about getting diamonds, collecting points, because he's awful, to be honest. He wants to get up there. Is that hat over his eyes or what, Dex?
He hasn't played many games.
He doesn't seem to be able to get up there. It's really easy. Just push over with a joypad, Ray. There you go. He's on. He's got a couple of diamonds already. He's doing better than John. No, you wouldn't know it. He's got to peg that button there. The button there that says off. He's got to peg it to make it stay on, so that the blocks become solid, so he can go get the big diamonds.
What he's doing.
He's flying all over the place, but he's got more points than John.
Absolute shambles.
And we know at Christmas we like the good guys to win.
5, 4, 3,
come on,
2,
one more.
1.
Got out the door.
Stop the
That's the end of this challenge.
Nicely done. 33 diamonds. A good impressive score by the goodie there.
Yes, almost like it was a fix all along. Good guys win. I don't think anyone's surprised about that.
I am gutted, and they're going to be in for a lot of trouble tonight in the show.
You're in a lot of trouble for the show. Well, good luck with the show. Thank you very much for coming down. Thanks very much. All right, let's have a big cheer for the Dick Whittington team from Croydon.
Someone's copping a feel of your feather there, mate. Now, we couldn't have a celebrity-filled episode of GamesMaster without also having a celebrity challenge, so here comes Frank Bruno dressed as Santa Claus, a man who already has the perfect laugh for the job.
Ho, ho, ho! Ho, ho! Santa, has anyone ever told you bear an uncanny resemblance to Frank Bruno? You do look like Frank Bruno. Santa, I don't suppose you've got a computer at home yourself, have you?
The kids have, not me.
No,
Yeah.
are you going to play a computer challenge for us?
I'm going to try.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Do you want to pick one of the kids out to play a challenge against you?
I think I picked my little girl, Nicola.
Nepotism! Frank goes up against his daughter in a game of boxing, and while I am a big advocate for video games, I do think it'd be more interesting to watch that event in real life. It's an incredibly boring and short fight with no knockouts, and his daughter won, to no one's surprise. So we're back to the final challenge of the non-celebrity celebrity challenges, and Alf is on top bad guy form.
Absolute rubbish, we're going to win like we always win.
If this had been his character in Home and Away, I'd probably have watched it. Last challenge is Lemmings, on what is probably the easiest level of Lemmings, and with the simplest task they could have chosen.
Holiday lemmings for the Amiga. Hordes of mindless lemmings are plummeting to their death from a great height, and our guests must attempt to save them by attaching a tiny parachute to their backs. The contestant who saves the highest percentage of lemmings in 45 seconds will be our Christmas champions.
I honestly don't think they could have come up with a more boring challenge to watch than this if they tried their hardest.
Start your challenge. You've got 45 seconds to get as many levels done as you can.
That is incorrect.
And here come the lemmings dropping out the trap door at the top. What they've got to do is use the icons on the bottom. The icon selected now is an umbrella icon. It's a brolly icon, as Dexter said. And by clicking on the lemmings with that, they use them as parachutes.
Nobody wants to watch someone slowly clicking a mouse for 60 seconds. These guys won. What a pile of shit. Still on your side, Derek. Go Team Derek. Christmas is dead and we're back with the limping ramshackle corpse that is the main tournament.
Once again, 3 more teams are going to be battling out for a place in our championship semi-final. We'll have a chance to win a whole bunch of Mega Mungus prizes.
We really should have done a Mega Mungus count for this series, but truthfully, I didn't think you'd end up saying it 4 times an episode.
Come out. Tell us who you are. This is the dream team.
Yeah, I'm Chris.
You're Chris, team captain?
Yeah, I'm captain.
Like?
Robert.
Robert?
James.
James. Okay, Chris. Confident with your team?
Yep, you see us, you see champions. Gonna win, we've got the Kirby posse back there.
Such a good posse, you forgot what they were called.
So, through this way. Come here, excuse me. Come out, don't be shy. Charlton crew. Here they are. Oh, I'm all hooked up on you. Sorry about that, mate. Okay, here we go. Tell us your names.
Steve.
Steve?
Godfrey.
Godfrey. Joe. Joe. Right, so Steve, team captain, yeah?
Yeah.
So, what do you think of the other team, mate? They've got their posse down here with them. They're going to intimidate you, are they?
No, they're both going down.
The lack of enthusiasm in these kids is directly parallel to Derek's manic, wobbly head.
So, Matthew, you're the team captain?
Yeah.
You are? So, what would you say would be your specialist game tonight, then, for your team? Oh, really?
Let's get on over to the first challenge, and it's on Empire Strikes Back for the SNES.
So, the Empire Strikes Back. We've got Robert of the Dream Team. He's up first. Dave, what's his form like?
Well, Robert can do the time trial in Mario Kart in 56 seconds and claims to be able to do any level of Sonic in under 30 seconds.
And he's talking shite. I think now's a good time to say that I've never played any but the first of the Star Wars games on the SNES, which I really like, so last year I decided I'd download all 3 of the games onto my retro handheld of choice, and I'd play through all of them without save states, start to end. Really take in the whole trilogy. Anyway, long story short, it's a year later and I've still only got as far as the 4th level on the first game. Story time over. Let's skip on to the end of this challenge because it's not exactly a thrill ride.
He's doing very well.
He's got a lot to make up. He's got the shield.
Now, all those pigs are worth 100 points each, you see.
Down
Now,
the last 10
he's got that
seconds.
multiplier. That makes all the difference.
10.
They've also got to get that last animal. That's 15.
4,
very, very well. He's tumbled down the gap. He's going to die there.
Stop the challenge! He's got the big one there, Dave. That's it, 1,800 for Matthew. He died, but he did have 45 seconds on the clock, so I suppose that still counts.
I do often wonder if Series 3 actually had an editor, and if they did they actually give a fuck? Let's go to the reviews.
Take control of the all-time great boxing champions in Legends of the Ring on the SNES.
You've got a wide range of moves to block and punch.
There's a reasonably good range of punches and blocks.
Unfortunately, like most boxing games, it's a bit two-dimensional, despite the 3D effect of the graphics.
That was journalism 101 right there. The graphics might be 3D, but the gameplay, that's two-dimensional. Damn, that's good writing. Real gonzo stuff. He's going straight to the top of Edge magazine with that kind of saucy wordplay. Next, it's a flight sim on the Mega Drive, so I expect a maximum of 8 frames per second.
Lift off!
Well,
it's got a pretty standard mission setup.
It's a bit two-dimensional, despite the 3D effect of the graphics.
Yeah, very little love for this one. And get this fact, fans, 67%. That's the only game so far to get 67%. 143 games reviewed, and only this one managed to be 33% bad. Incredible stuff. Anyway, next up is a challenge on Dragon's Revenge on the Mega Drive instead of just giving us Devil Crash like we all wanted.
He's not lost the ball yet, though. That's the main thing. You've got to keep your nerve and don't lose the ball.
In the challenge, that's the main thing.
In a minute, that goes one of the arms. One of the branches has gone.
Go on, James.
He's doing very well. He's doing very well. That was a good shot.
Good shot. We've got 35 seconds gone.
You've got the pressure on you. You're frightened about losing the ball.
Go on, James. Yes, he's done it. 40 seconds. Dead. Okay, next up we've got Simon of Team Perfection. I'll clear the stopwatch. Now, Dave, what's the lowdown on Simon?
He's not a brilliant player. He's a steady player.
He's a steady player.
What does that even mean, Dave?
Gonna flick it up. Mustn't lose it down the pins. That was very dodgy. He caught between 2 pins, didn't he? Get rid of those spiders. Oh, no, he's lost the ball.
Oh, dear.
He's not a brilliant player. He's a steady player. Brilliant. Steady. Brilliant.
Now, Dave.
He's not a brilliant player. Brilliant.
Now, Dave.
He's a steady player. Brilliant.
They scored 0 points, but plus the 2 they got from the first felon, that makes they've got 2 points. The Charlton crew came second in that challenge, but plus the 2 they got from the first felon, they scored 0 points. That makes they've got 2 points. Even though they didn't complete it, they did manage to last 25 seconds, so we're going to award them the 2 points. Plus the 5 from their first round, they scored 0 points. They won this last challenge because they completed the level, but they had 0 in the first challenge. That means they've got 7. Then the Dream Team, they scored 0 points, but that means they got 5. So, out in front at the moment is the Charlton crew with a big 0 points. So, Matthew, captain, you were Team Perfection, weren't so perfect, were they?
No, we tried our best.
Tried your best?
Yeah.
Disappointed with the result, though?
Just a bit.
The teams in this episode are so nondescript that I'm watching them get kicked out of the tournament, and I honestly feel like it's the first time I've even seen them. Enough of these chuds, though. It's time for everyone to collectively start rubbing their trousers.
Jet! Now, Games Mistress, you're no stranger to games, are you, really?
Oh, Fletcher, you're so sweet. And you're right. I like nothing better than frolicking with my consoles.
The game is the lethal enforcer for the Mega Drive, where you must collect as many points as possible by shooting evil triads on the rampage in Chinatown.
Right, Dave, now, is this going to be a tricky challenge for these two guys? Anything they should watch out for?
Well, it's going to be tricky. How tricky it is depends on how good the Games Mistress is, obviously.
Well, I'm glad you said obviously, because it saved me the effort. Let's see how Jet Mistress gets on.
She's away.
Blasting away. That's screen blocking. That's a shot policeman.
Oh, no.
That's a terrible thing.
Shoot him.
Look at the guy with the knives. The woman up in the window.
24.
She's got the guy with the dagger in front of the guy for the window.
Keep going.
He caught her. She shot him.
15 seconds.
And again, that's 2 hits. She's taken.
It's wild to me that they're playing this game in what can only be described as the sort of television you had in your bedroom when you were 16 and stood roughly 3 centimetres from it to boot. Anyway, after severing the spinal cord of several police officers, Games Jet ends up at 46 points. I don't know if that's good or bad or not, because no one has actually played this game before and enjoyed it.
Stephen, start your challenge because the clock's running. He's away.
Okay, Stevens off, blasting away. He's taken out the knife maniac already. He's managed to avoid shooting the policeman, which is good.
That's a good
Take
move.
out that
16
knife
points.
maniac. You don't want to get hit. He's taken 1 hit.
So what happens if they both beat Jetstress? That would be worth pondering more if the second child didn't get 0 points and then just die.
He's been knifed. Shoot him. He's been knifed again. He's only got 1 life left. He's only got 4 points. He's shot the chef. He hasn't even got the 4 points now. He's been totally penalised. Take that guy out. The knife's going to hit him. He's all over. He died!
Did you find the gun dodgy then, Steve? Because you won? No, not at all.
No.
Not at all. Of course you didn't. And that means also that you've won the fabulous GamesMaster Golden Joystick.
Christ, I forgot this thing even existed. That's another one out of the way, so let's get on with this other thing.
Right, we've got 2 teams left battling out for a place in our championship semi-final. We've got the Dream Team over here on my right. Yep. All right, Dream Team? Yay! They've come mob-handed, didn't you, Chris?
Yep, from Canby Island, Castleview, we're the Dream Team.
There's the Dream Team, giving it the lights. Come on, hold up your banner, we'll see your banner.
Good banner. Would have probably worked wonderfully if they were still in the prison, but as it stands, it looks like someone just brought in their dirty bed sheets. The final challenge is on Elfmania? Elfmania? Who on earth picked this shite?
So the game is Elfmania. We've got Chris from the Dream Team and Godfrey from the Charlton crew. So are these 2 beat-em-up experts or what, Dave?
Yeah, these 2 guys are very qualified for this challenge because Chris reckons he can do Mortal Kombat in 30 minutes without spending more than 15 seconds on each round. And Godfrey can do Street Fighter 2 Turbo in 40 minutes on level 7 without losing a single round.
And both of those games are competent, whereas this is Elfmania.
Corner. She's in the corner.
Come on, Godfrey, get out of the corner.
She's very well to get out of the corner.
Let's see her come back. Come on.
It's going to be history then.
Oh, she's
she hasn't got a lot of energy yet. It's going to take just one good hit.
Godfrey, man, do the business.
One good hit. Chris, and that's
good punch, good kick.
Oh, good retaliation.
That's the first
this is
bit
very,
of help
very
that he's
good.
taken off of the elf.
No, I thought she's gone. No, she's still in there. She's still hanging in there. That's it.
Bang, that's
the
all
end of the
over.
battle.
Well, that was just upsetting to watch, let alone play.
All through. Are you pleased there, Chris, team captain?
Yep, definitely.
Surprised?
No.
No, not at all.
Yeah,
Looking
all the
forward to the
time.
semi-finals.
Yep. I'd like to thank the Canby posse and Paul Silent, our coach.
Oh good, he's going to mention his posse every single time he speaks. I look forward to seeing that again. Another episode, another tournament, and another 3 teams to disappoint us all. Okay, so we're a few episodes into this now, and it appears the producers have realised that abject silence in the dungeon was a terrible idea, so everyone's getting rowdy again. They also seem to have thinned the crowd slightly, so people can actually breathe now. I tell you what, Series 3 really is starting to look like a massive success. Go Team Derek!
Team this way! Okie dokie. Oh, it's the Nightmares! Here's the Nightmares, here's the Nightmares. Right, where are you from, Nightmares? Strood. And what's your name?
Dean.
Dean?
Matt.
Matt.
Dean.
Dean, Matt and Dean.
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 Matt.
Matt.
Dean.
Dean.
Matt.
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 Dean.
Matt.
Matt. Dean. Matt and Dean.
First challenge is Top Gear 2.
We've got Adam from the Conquerors, he's in the hot seat, and here's Dave Perry, he's going to tell us all about him. Dave, do your stuff.
Well, Adam reckons that he can finish Mario Kart winning every single race.
Who can't beat every single race in Mario Kart? That's probably the easiest racing game of the entire decade. That would be like saying someone's well placed to win the Tour de France because he rides his bike around the block every night.
Okay, off he goes. Shooting down.
There's the clock in the top right.
He's using his nitro straight away. The thing is, when those exhaust pipes catch fire, he's using his nitrous oxide injection to get the extra speed. This is a 1-lap race, so you can afford to burn all your nitro straight away. Oh, he's topped it. I hope he had his seatbelt on.
He's still managed to hold on his position.
His nitros are showed by the little blue bar.
The time's 25 seconds.
Just underneath the miles per hour he's doing.
It's going fast.
He's doing very, very well.
It's a lovely vehicle, that one, isn't it, Dave?
It's a nice car. It's a nice bit like yours.
32 seconds gone. Yes,
and that's through. He's
right, 33 seconds. Okay, Adam from the Conquerors scored 33.51. We've got Matthew up next. He's from the Nightmares. Dave, tell us the SP on this man.
Well, Matthew's been boasting that he can complete Mortal Kombat on very hard. I don't know how that's going to help him on a racing challenge, though.
At this point, I'm not sure why they didn't just make Dave Perry the host. I'm starting to wonder if they offered it to him, but they told him he'd have to wear the jumpsuit and remove the bandana, and he stood his ground, because clearly he wears that bandana for religious reasons. It's discrimination, Dave. Derek Fletcher is a bandana scab. Anyway, reviews are something. It's the Toe Jam and Earl sequel.
Toe Jam and Earl 2 is undoubtedly one of the best games to be released this year. It's a challenge for one player, and it's an entire lifetime's worth of play for 2.
There's all sorts of little bonus screens, tons of hidden things to find, and I particularly like the funk scan.
Plenty of action and loads of pulsating, nauseating colours, which I really adore.
So the sequel gets 20% more than the original, a beloved classic. I don't think I've ever seen anyone talk about the sequel for 20 years. GamesMaster never fails. Straight onto F1 pole position then.
No hills.
Is F1 racing really known for its hills?
It's a split-screen racing game and the action is great. You've got all the realistic F1 cars, you've got drivers that you know, and it's tough too.
It's also got very realistic sound effects, which make for an atmospheric and addictive game. Good stuff.
No hills though, so just 78% for you. Come back when you start to undulate. Let's check out Alien vs Predator.
If Atari Jaguar is the future of video gaming, it's going to have some hot games. We checked out Alien vs Predator.
In Alien vs Predator, you are charging around a space station or an alien. We have actually constructed models and built sets, and the game, everything's actually being generated as you look at it. So you can sidestep, you can move around, you can circle, lots of things. You can hide behind a pillar as an alien comes charging towards you.
So, things in the game are things in the game. Got it. Thanks for making the abundantly clear. Straight into the next challenge then. It's Tinhead for the Mega Drive. Really dragging out the weirdest choices now. But while the game changes, the actual challenge is always the same bloody thing. Collect X amount of Y in Z time. Yawn.
Well, Dean is a bit of an unknown quantity, so Dean could be a ringer, or
he could be rubbish. We'll have to wait and see. Dean, you're up. You're ready. You've got 45 seconds to collect as many points as you possibly can. Good luck to you. Off you go. Start your challenge.
Okay, off Dean goes.
Here he goes.
He gets his challenge by bursting the bubbles and freeing his little friends from inside.
He's got 250 points. 10 seconds.
His energy bar is in the top. There's a little battery in the top left-hand corner of the screen.
What's that mean?
And that's got 3 by it at the moment. He's now got 4. He just picked up a battery power up. Whoa! 4 batteries. Just 4 lumps.
That's now the 400th time I've heard Derek say, "Come on," followed by the mascot platformer's name. Does he know he's watching someone play as this character, or does he actually think he's rooting for a cartoon character? I think he's just a very confused man.
Clifford the Conquerors is up next. Dave, tell us a little bit about him, will you please, before he gets ready?
Well, Cliff claims to have completed Super Mario World without losing a single life.
How many lives?
Where's he going, Dave? He shoot little bullets. He's going down. Looking for some points down here. There are some big points down here. And that's his energy. He's gone. He lost all his batteries. He lost all his energy.
Cliff really fell off a cliff, you could say. And the next challenger is also shite, but it's the Conquerors who get the boot.
Conquerors, not so good. What went wrong?
Pressure.
Time for a celebrity challenge, and it's Phoebe from Neighbours up to the plate, because for some reason Australian soaps were the only other soap operas we used to have, and they'd quite happily travel to the other side of the planet to appear on a different TV show for 5 minutes. And what better game for a Neighbours star than Plock? I have no idea how they pair these things off, I swear.
Oh, you got to be a brave man to bet on a girl on a computer game, and I'm feeling like a bit of a coward today. I'm not putting my money on someone.
Larry's views on ladies are perhaps stuck in the past, but then he's only met one woman, and now he's got them all typecast. Women don't play computer games, they just sit around reading books. Women don't play computer games, they're only interested in their looks. It might seem patriarchal, it might seem rather coarse, but even if he's been a dickhead, he's still bet on the right horse. Women don't play computer games, they just read all the fashion mess. Women don't play computer games, and they don't fancy Dave's duress.
Well, I guess that's the end of that then. I bet she's glad she suffered through jet lag for a massive 21 seconds in the dungeon hot seat. Last challenge is WrestleFest, which I'm sure we're all collectively very excited about.
Loverman just now got his knife stabbed Red Dragon again. Now jump on him. Oh, he tried to hold him down.
There's
Red
no
Dragon had
energy
too
left
much
on either of these
Neither
guys.
guy's got any energy left.
Come on, guys.
They've got to try and get their opponents on the floor. That could be it. We should leave on him, use the D button to hold him down. Is it going to be enough? He got him. He held him down for count of 2, but he got himself back up.
Come on!
Going to go down.
Go on,
There's
Red
not
Dragon.
any energy left. Who's going to win this grapple?
Watch out for the big hot boulder!
Down, he's holding him down again. Loverman's got Red Dragon down. 2, 3. That's it. He's out.
Well, I don't know about you, but I, for one, am very sick of tournaments. Anyway, time for another tournament.
Hello and welcome to what promises to be another exciting heat of the GamesMaster Team Championship. Once again, 3 more teams are preparing to do battle for a place in the championship semi-final.
We're still not even at the semi-final. Jesus H. Christmas.
Quiet! This is the Warwickshire 49ers. They've come here to do some good work tonight. Come on, tell us your names.
Frank.
Frank.
I don't know if Frank is 18 or 48.
We're going to win.
You're going to win?
These other people got no chance.
They've got no chance. Right, well, give this 49ers a big round of applause and let's go and see if the others have got no chance. This way. Open the door. Heavy tactics from Bath. Let's get them outside. Come on, chaps, out you come. You spent enough time in there. It's far too smoky. Right, tell us your names.
Done.
Done, team captain?
Yeah.
Right, done, and you have been? Oh.
Kelvin.
Kelvin. So, you've heard the 49ers giving it the large. What about you lot? How are you going to do?
Oh, we're going to do wicked. We're from Bath, but I mean, we don't play clean.
They're from Bath, but don't play clean.
Bants. Also, I think Derek is struggling. He seems to forget what he's talking about halfway through a sentence here.
You've heard the other two teams giving it the large. What about you? How are you going to do?
It's all over for them, innit? We're going to win. Without a doubt.
Well, good luck to you guys. Let's have a big round of applause for the...
Maybe stop shouting so much, lad. It's clearly draining your brain box. Samurai Showdown is the first challenge. Again, do it at the end when there's only two teams instead of having Dave Perry explain what round robin means over and over again.
Round robin. Round robin. Round robin. Round robin.
Now, this isn't particularly interesting to watch, so I'm just going to cut to all of the footage where Derek makes a weird noise instead.
Who's left their dog in here?
Incredibly annoying stuff. Time for reviews, and first up, it's nobody's favourite, Eternal Champions.
Well, the first thing you want to know is it better than Street Fighter 2? Well, it's not better than Street Fighter 2, but I'll stick my neck out and say it's as good as...
Jazz? No. No Jazz. Bad Jazz.
It's extremely tough, and I defy any of you to beat it in one sitting. It's really, really good.
It's a 24 meg cart, which allows pretty good graphics, and the animation's okay. The sprites are very big, but ultimately the action's pretty dull.
81% my sweaty balls. Time for Total Carnage on the Game Boy.
The problem with this conversion is it tries to capture the fast action of the arcade game, but it just doesn't.
I wouldn't recommend this to my worst enemy.
After a great arcade classic which swallowed plenty of my 10p's and a fairly good SNES conversion, I'm surprised they bothered to release this at all. It's awful.
An absolute drubbing from every reviewer still gets you 58%. Just wild. Next challenge is Twinbee, but not the shoot 'em up, the platform game that everyone forgot existed.
Twinbee Rainbow Bell Adventure? Never heard of it.
Franco's basically picking up all those early
Go on, now, boy.
As you notice, the coin sometimes pointing an arrow, which tells you just the way to go in the game.
Handy little lift.
Very, very useful.
Oh, he's missing them.
Coins on the way down.
Get up there.
And what he wants to do is, there you can see, his jump and punch meters going up by holding down his jump
get the power up.
He'll get an extra shoot.
Wrong
That's
way.
it. He got the extra power, but he went the wrong way. He missed a lot of coins that were straight up.
54 so far. 19, 20 seconds
Move,
gone.
that is. It's often the way to get some very large clusters that are hidden in inaccessible places.
Leap like a lizard.
He's leaping like a lizard. Now, where have I heard that before?
25 seconds gone.
He's got 10 apples.
He's leaping like a lizard.
One hit, and he's out.
He's leaping like a lizard.
Oh, it was you. You said that. You've got one leaping lizard joke. Granted, that's one more than me, but you're a professional. I'm outraged. Anyway, this challenge is boring and does not in any way make me want to play Pop and Twinbee. Lucky for us, there's a tiebreaker situation which gives them a chance to shoehorn in yet another Mortal Kombat fight.
So it's one round of that super cute game, that beat-em-up game called Mortal Kombat. Right, Dave, who's playing what and what are they playing and who are they and how's it happening?
Christ, I thought I was running out of tether, but Derek has just well and truly given up at this point. Having said that, as if to make up for it, prepare for the fastest Mortal Kombat match while Derek goes absolutely fucking mental.
Come on, man. Sub-Zero.
Gary and
Sub-Zero's Gary.
On the left.
Raiden.
Goes straight into a special move.
You're special.
And Raiden extremely well. He obviously knows.
Oh, get him in a flawless.
Sub-Zero's going in with the flying.
Freeze him.
With the action bar to top, and that's it.
Now, we've managed to get this far through the show without Chris Akabusi appearing, so I think it's about time Chris Akabusi appeared.
Right, you're going to take part in a challenge for us?
Looking forward to it, mate.
Yeah, you're going to do well?
I'm the Don, mate. I am the Don.
You are the Don.
When it comes to computer games, I'm the Don.
Have you got a computer then?
No, I haven't got a computer.
You haven't got a computer?
But I'm still a Don, though.
I'm sure you are. Right, go on, pick out one of our audience members to take on the challenge.
Well, I'm looking for someone.
Who wants to do a challenge?
The The challenge this time is James Pond 3. That one even James Pond fans don't like.
Well, Chris is a professional athlete and a natural runner, so a speed challenge should suit him. But age tends to be a handicap in computer gaming, so I'm putting beauty before age for once, and I'm going for Gia on this challenge.
Oh, yeah. We'll see how well Chris does. He's got to do the first level in the quickest possible time. Are you ready, Chris? Good. Start your challenge. Off you go. The clock's running.
Off Chris goes. There's nothing to collect. It's just a pure sprint to the end. All our challengers have to think about is using the A button. The A button is a speed up button, but Chris has fallen on the spikes, and his energy bar in the top, the left-hand corner of the screen. Those fish, when they disappear into bones, that's the end of his energy, and Pond is dead. He's doing very, very well. There's a mouse here to jump over and save some time. And that's the end of the challenge.
Akabusi did alright, so let's see how incredibly nervous Girl does.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's ready. Okay, then. Start your challenge. Off you go.
Yeah. Okay, Gia goes racing off. She's racing away. Again, just use the A button to get speed up. She was skidding along and she was going so fast. This is the tricky bit down here now. You've got to jump that hill. You can waste a lot of time in there. That's the same place Chris got. You just got to get up that hill. Go get your speed up. No, she's skidding. She's going to die. Come on, Gia. She hits those spikes she's still there. She can't get her speed up. She's losing it. 22 seconds. She's losing it. Oh, no. Run, Gia, run.
It's all over.
It's not going to happen. She's going to fall all the way down the mountain.
There you have it. Gia did her best. Unfortunately, she didn't make the time. She didn't make the level. She didn't do anything. And you lost your bet as well, Dave.
Never bet on girls in computer games. Never.
So, Gia, what went wrong?
Well, where that hill bit was, I just slipped and I couldn't get up.
That's where it goes, baby. Gia, I'm giving it to Gia because she was good.
She doesn't deserve it, Chris. She was terrible. And she just almost dropped it. Bloody women. Am I right, Dave? The final challenge then, NBA Jam, which I'm honestly amazed has only just appeared for the first time on this godforsaken show.
Dave, give us the SP on these two guys.
Well, Ollie's going to be playing as the Phoenix Suns. Stuart's chosen to be the Chicago Bulls. Ollie's got to be the outsider on this challenge because his only claims to fame are Sonic in 2 hours and clocking Mortal Kombat in 5 hours. There's nothing special there. Whereas Stuart beat 5,000 people in our auditions with his F1 time.
Yeah, the guy who's good at F1 games will definitely be able to transfer those skills over to basketball. That's how things work.
That's not allowed. What's the score?
Ball in again. As we're into the seconds of the challenge.
No, flips it away. 17 seconds to go. Come on, the heavies.
Three-pointer.
Oh!
They've tried far too many of those.
5, 4,
Maybe just going
3, 2, 1.
and making sure.
Right, done. Next week, another tournament. And no, it's still not the semi-finals. Christ above.
Hello, lovely ladies, the Delilahs. Hello. What's your name? Matthew. Matthew, hello, Matthew.
Ben.
Ben.
What's Ben ever done to you? The team introductions are particularly boring this episode, but check out the curtains on this, lad. You could decorate a castle window with those drapes. Anyway, first challenge is Eternal Champions. What a waste of everyone's miserable time on this earth.
So, the game is Eternal Champions on the Mega Drive. It's going to be a round-robin kind of a competition, this one.
Oh good, explain what a round robin is again, Dave.
Well, this is going to be a brutal round robin, which is going to see each team's beat-em-up expert playing, and as viewers will know who've seen us doing these round robins before, both the opposing sides beat-em-up expert playing round robin. As viewers will know who've seen us doing these round robins before, round robins. Good luck! Andrew, he's had it pummeled out of him. And at the moment, it's Rax.
Next up is Simon of Wanted Magic. Do you want to give us a lowdown on him, Dave?
We're going to be playing Xavier, who's a very mystical warrior, and should provide a good match for Rax, who's part cyborg.
Wait, part cyborg? A cyborg is the term used for something that's part organic and part robot. So, if he's part cyborg, are you saying he's part man, part robot, and then potentially part something else? Like a table? Is he part table, Dave? Are you saying he's part table? Dave? I guess we'll never know. Anyway, someone won that, one of the teams I'd guess, and we go straight into the reviews, which presumably all get above 50% because why break the habit of a lifetime?
Not reviews this week, but previews.
So you couldn't be asked to make a new graphic for it, got it. Well, I guess no reviews this week as we're off on the road to the Vegas computer game show thing.
The next game to use the famous FX chip, first seen in Star Wing. It's not finished yet, there's only one car to play with at the moment, this buggy. As you can see, its incredible suspension system really straightens out on the corners. As well as speed races, there will be stunt tracks filled with obstacles to avoid. We have promised that there will be a 2-player version, making the game like a 3D Mario Kart when it comes out in March. Sonic lovers, here it is, Sonic 3.
I'm Roger Hector, Vice President of Sega Technical Institute.
There is nothing more 90s than trying to make this old, melted businessman look as cool as possible by overlaying a guitar riff and having multiple TVs all displaying his big, smelly face. This is what the world is missing, just a complete lack of cringe filter.
Sonic 3.
So, what's new? Well, there's a brand new character, Knuckles the Anteater.
Knuckles the what?
Knuckles the Anteater.
So after looking into this, apparently he was going to be an anteater, which personally I'd have preferred because I've got absolutely no idea what an echidna is, and I refuse to look it up, even though I could have also done that right now. But no, I'm not doing it. I am happy in my ignorance. Anyway, next challenge, and this time it's Bubba and Sticks on the Mega Drive, which is possibly the lowest barrel scrape I've seen so far. I have virtually no idea what this is, but my god does it look awful.
He goes charging up. He's got to collect the little bits of bubble gum. There he goes. Knocking around.
Where's the time? Where's the time? He's doing well.
He's doing well. His way up to the platform. 1,200. His pointer in the bottom left-hand side of the screen.
Well, this is beyond boring to watch, and it goes on forever. Skip to the end, someone won, some team or other gets the boot, and it's time for a celebrity challenge, and as anyone could have guessed, it's two people from the bill. This time playing Terminator 2 on the SNES.
So the game is Terminator 2. Our two celebrity contestants are in the cage and they both want to win a golden joystick. Dave, tell us, what's going to happen?
Well, we all know that girls are notoriously bad at computer games, but...
This is just Dave Perry's thing now, isn't it? He's found his grift and he's sticking to it. And to be fair, he's been right 2 out of 2 times so far, so come on, woman from the bill, do this for all women.
11,500 for Andy Paul. Right, Lisa Gagan's up next. Good luck to Lisa. Off you go, darling.
Here comes the ship. She blew the ship up before it could even set the Terminators down.
Go on, Lisa.
1,000.
Yes, blast it.
Temper her trigger finger a little bit though, because if you fire too much too often, the energy bar at the bottom of the screen
So
goes
what's
down.
that gun power for, Dave?
He's literally explaining that, Derek, for fuck's sake. Listen!
And they get slower and less bullets. That's what happened to Andy.
She's blasting like a loose. She's got 9,000.
A lock on them, but she's not doing a lot of damage for now.
10 seconds to go.
She needs to get some big points in.
5,
Guns run down.
4,
10,400. There's nothing on the screen. Come on, Lisa. One more hit. One more hit.
Stop your challenge.
Oh, 10,900.
Well, it's all over for Lisa. She's got 10,900. But our clear winner is Andy with 11,500. Dave, you lost your little bet there.
Never bet on the white guy in boxing or the girl in computer games. That's a tip.
Right, that's it. Dave Perry has made us all sexist. 3 for 3, that's a scientific method, and every single time, women have let women down. They should all be ashamed of themselves. Every single woman. You've made Dave Perry correct, for God's sake. How could you do this?
Well, she might be good at playing police on film, but she only went a mag just for days red pill. She tried to beat the challenge and all she did was fail. So now you're all just round to the
The final challenge is on Super Goal 2 for the SNES. I didn't even know there was a Super Goal 1, let alone 2.
Okay, so we've got 2 1-minute halves of Super Goal 2. Dave, tell us a bit about these two blokes who are both called Richard.
Well, it's going to be confusing because, like you say, they're both called Richard, but Richard Simcock from the Delilahs will be playing as Richard Joyce, and Richard Joyce from Take This will be playing as Richard Simcock from the Delilahs.
Making all the saves so far. It's a very large ball. Very large ball. One of the interesting aspects of this game is the way the perspective zooms in and out. It's one of the few games to actually do that, have that kind of perspective view. At the moment, all the play seems to be with Germany.
Oh, good save.
The Brazilian keeper's having a great game, Dex.
Yeah, he's really doing well, leaping like a lizard.
He's leaping like a lizard. Now, where have I heard that before?
25 seconds gone.
He's got 10 apples.
He's leaping like a lizard.
One hit, and he's out.
He's leaping like a lizard.
Large clusters that hit in inaccessible places.
Leap like a lizard.
Oh, it was you. You said that. You've got one leaping lizard, Joe. Granted, that's one more than me, but you're a professional. I'm outraged. Right, I'm bored of this football stuff now. Who won? It doesn't matter. All that matters is this kid and his incredible hair. He was the only thing that mattered all along.
Okay, next week we'll have 3 more teams battling out for a place in the championship semi-final.
For God's sake, we're not even at the semi-finals yet. On with the endless tournament, and I'm starting to think there's just a general lack of oxygen in the dungeon because even the kids are stroking off.
So, tell us your names.
I'm Turin and I'm team captain.
Team captain Turin?
My name's Ahmed.
You sure?
Yeah.
Yeah, you sure?
Straight on to the first challenge then. It's Yogi Bear for the SNES because apparently they're really pushing this game, this series, for reasons I can't even begin to fathom. It's not been reviewed yet, mind, and I hope to God it turns up because that's going to be an interesting score.
Dave, tell us a little bit about him, please.
Well, Kevin's big claim to fame is completing Mario in 1 hour 15 minutes. He's used to jumping about on platforms. How do you do on Yogi?
Yogi?
Here we go.
He goes racing through Jellystone Park.
Right, Dave, what's that mean down there?
The clocks are in the bottom left-hand corner. They're counted down there. You can see how many clocks a man to collect. The cake in the right-hand corner. That's his life. That's Yogi's life. Every time he gets hit by a baddie, he loses a slice of that cake and a piece of his life. When he's got no more cake left, that's the end of his challenge and the end of his life. It's a good game.
Is there anyone out there watching this right now that was even aware of this game, let alone played it? It looks like the planning board for the game simply had the word generic written on it, and then in smaller writing underneath it just said, Yogi?
Start your challenge!
Okay, getting those first 3 clocks for Jellystone. He knows what he has to do, but there are a lot of clocks hidden high up in the level, and that's it. And this is where you have to be very confident and very brave to leap across these baskets. They disappear behind you.
He's leaping like a lizard.
He's leaping like a lizard. Where have I heard that before?
25 seconds gone.
He's got 10 apples.
He's leaping like a lizard.
One hit, and he's out.
He's leaping like a lizard.
Large clusters that are hidden in inaccessible places.
Leap like a lizard.
Brazilian keeper's having a great game, Dex.
Yeah, but he's really doing well, leaping like a lizard.
Oh, it was you. You said that. You've got one leaping lizard joke. Granted, that's one more than me, but you're a professional. I'm outraged. Right, I've had enough of Yogi. I refuse to accept anyone can make it through to the next round based on the performance on this shite. Straight into reviews it is, and first up is The Legend of Mystical Ninja for the SNES.
This is really smart. A mixture of 3D and 2D views. There's plenty to see, plenty to kick and plenty to jump across.
The bulk of the game is a cutesy beat-em-up platformer, but get involved and you'll soon discover the feast of sub-games available.
Well, this one's got another one of those amazing storylines where you have to sort of rescue a ghost princess before the dragon beast unleashes its mighty flame on your homeland. Oh dear.
I'm fascinated that this is the one thing Andy Nuttall decided to focus on. 81% for that, but what about Alone in the Dark 2?
This is a really stunning game and I cannot recommend it enough.
The graphics are nothing short of stunning, using a revolutionary 3D polygon technique.
I played Alone in the Dark 1 a little, but I think Alone in the Dark 2 on my PC I'll spend a lot longer with.
I think Andy's gone completely off script. He keeps having opinions. Straight over to a feature on Virtua Fighter then, one that basically just involves Derek shouting the press release.
Taking the technology from the amazing virtual racing, it's the first fighting game to put you in a fully 3D environment. So you can punch your opponent out of the ring, fight back from the edge of the arena with 8 different characters. It's a bone-crunchingly realistic gameplay, so can Ryo handle this kind of onslaught?
Second challenge, it's Lotus Turbo 2, which is basically Top Gear 2 but with a Lotus. But instead of doing a fastest lap or whatever, they instead have to get the highest score, which is just a stupid way of dealing with a racing game. So I've decided I'm just going to skip over it entirely and just pretend it didn't happen. That means we're straight onto the celebrity challenge with Ronnie O'Sullivan, who looks and sounds like he'd rather be anywhere else.
Ronnie, so how do you think you're going to do on the old video game channel?
Well, I don't really play computers, but I've had a quick bash on a computer before I come here, so I've got a rough idea.
And who can blame him? Now, unfortunately for us, he's picked a girl to take up the challenge, which means Dave Perry is going to be at it again.
Dave, do you want to tell us a bit about this challenge?
Well, Ronnie's nerves have already shown because the researchers caught him putting chalk all over his joypad. It was very, very messy. I don't think the golden joystick's going on his trophy shelf. This is going to be Carla's challenge.
Wait, what? You said don't bet on women. Dave, you're giving mixed messages.
That's up. Carla's getting ready for the break. She's gone full whack. She's going to get anything in there straight away. Yes, green ball's got in. That's 100 points.
That's a lovely shot, man.
100 points was Carla. She's going to go for the blue next. She's going to put it in the pocket with a star.
mean, Dave, for the viewers
Well,
back
actually,
home.
that's going to give her a trick shot if she completes the frame. Allow her to get a few extra points, but we're not completing the frame. There's only 5 balls in this challenge, so it doesn't really count. 200 points she's got so far.
That's
She's going
quite a
for the red.
reasonable score. It's lovely jazzy music on this one, Dave. I love it. I'm going to boogie
It's like being in a
down.
very trendy coffee shop, and I'm going to order a cappuccino once she finishes these balls.
Come on, Carla, do the
thing to look out for is at the top of the screen, next to next, where it says next, there's a colour ball. It's red. If she was to pocket that one, that'd be double the score. She's got the purple, the puzzle's gone in. That's beautiful.
A last shot, I think, Dave, isn't it?
It's the last ball, and that's 400 points. It's a very respectable score.
Okay, well, Carla scored 400, not a bad score. That's what Ronnie's got to beat. He's got 5 shots.
Challenge, 200 points with 2 balls.
Doing well.
He's on a par with Carla.
Here goes the white.
The white ball's gone in. It's going to be put back on the dig.
Whack, whack.
And he's going to have to start going for the blue ball, because at the top of the screen where it says next, the blue ball's highlighted. That ball's worth 200 points, and he's got to get that in now to draw with Carla. There's 200 points on the table with that blue ball. No, the terrible shot. He's not a Paul Blair, and he's not going to win tonight's challenge.
Oh my god, women have done it. It's a glorious day. Sexism has been cured, and it was all thanks to this woman who basically said absolutely nothing at all.
Did you have fun there? Did you think you were going to win?
Yeah.
Just the way Dave likes it. That puts us in the final round then, when we get to listen to some weak smack talk.
Irfan, what do you reckon this team's chances are?
Pathetic, they're nothing.
They're nothing? You ain't got a chance? What'd you say to that?
Almost no action.
Oh, these lot, yeah? What do you think of their performance so far?
Just scraped in on the last challenge.
They just scraped in on the last challenge.
Just scraped in, I'll beat your team by 100,000 points.
We've already had NBA Jam, and you can't get better than that, so we've sadly got to watch them play Jam It on the Mega Drive.
Get slam dunkin', get slam dunkin', dunk, 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 slam dunkin', dunk, 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 slam dunkin', dunk, 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 slam dunkin', dunk, dunk.
There they go.
Right, Chill passes the ball to Slade. Slade's in the blue kit. He's going for a dunk.
One basket, that's about as much as I need to watch of this. This guy wins.
What went wrong?
Well, he's better at the game than me, wasn't
He was better at the game than you. What do you think of that? Was it luck?
We're through there, not.
Hey, they're through. You're not.
Rude. You'll be pleased to know the next episode still isn't the semi-finals, something which I'm starting to assume will never ever come, considering there's only 5 episodes left to sift through. Here we are again, back with another pile of shite.
What's your name?
My name's Chris and I'm the team captain.
Chris, team captain.
Phil Parrish.
Phil.
You know when a kid gives his full name he means business, but what I really want from a team introduction is to know exactly where they come from.
What are your names?
Andrew Beresford and I'm from Sutton Coldfield.
Andrew's from Sutton Coldfield.
Ron McDonald from Sutton Caulfield.
Right.
Robert Beresford from Sutton Coldfield.
Robert!
Be more specific. First challenge is on Skitchin for the Mega Drive, and now that Dave Perry's got his sexism out of his system and is an advocate for all women everywhere, I presume he's going to cause a ruckus about the complete lack of any women whatsoever in this week's team lineup.
There you go. The game is Skitchin. With me is Dave Perry, my old mate and general co-commentator. Here he is.
No, we're just going to get some Dave and Derek bromance, and to be fair, it is very heartwarming to see. It's a shame that Derek scored a 0 on his video game knowledge test, because these two could have gone on to maybe release their own duet, or maybe even star in a buddy cop film or something. But no, Perry only got to host with his bestest friend in the whole world for 1 series. And if that's not the most poignant thing you've ever thought about, then I don't know what is. Anyway, only one person actually managed to not come last in Skitchin.
Skitching is a rollerblading craze in New York, whereby you go down the motorway or the main road and you grab hold of cars to get extra speed.
There's a car coming!
What he's doing is he's hanging out his hand, trying to grab hold of the bumper of a car to get some extra space. He's coming to the end of his challenge. He's only in 6 minutes.
Just a reminder, these are the best games players in the UK. Time for reviews. First up, it's Hyperdunk. No one has ever heard of this.
Hyperdunk is a bit of a disappointment.
James Binns? Who the hell are you? You can't just turn up 22 episodes in.
Shadows on the court are rubbish.
Alex Lee? Who are these strangers? Bring back Jazz and that other one. This is an outrage. 58% for a game no one liked, which is a good time to remind you that this was our 150th review, and so far only 9 games have scored less than 50%. Apparently all games were just wonderful back then. Here's NBA Showdown 94.
Not bad, but like faithful sports sims everywhere, it gets a little tiring after a little while. I'd much rather have something a bit more exciting with a bit more drive and oomph.
There's no special moves in there. It's a standard arcade product.
This one's lacking as far as I'm concerned. Too much strategy involved. Give it a miss, guys.
Basically, it's not NBA Jam. 58% again, or as it shall now be known, the basketball number. Although I'm fairly confident the actual NBA Jam review may put paid to that.
This is the one. Fantastic graphics, sound, and gameplay to die for.
The roars of the crowd, the jumps in the air, the crazy dunks. It's an absolute corker. If you play it and enjoy, it's absolutely massive.
Yeah, no shocks there. The next challenge is Gym Power on the SNES, the game where the parallax scrolling moves the wrong way and makes you want to vomit.
Right, John of Laser Force is going to be playing Gym Power. Sounds like quite a good challenge. Dave is going to tell us all about his chances. Dave?
Well, John says he can complete Ghouls and Ghosts in 1 hour, but once again he doesn't tell us what level he completed it on.
Level.
And we think it's a bit dull anyway, completing games that fast, don't we?
What's the point?
1 hour, but once again he doesn't tell us what level he completed it on.
Watch this, Lise. You can actually pinpoint the second when his heart rips in half. And now.
Okay, he goes racing off. The icons, things to look out for are in the top left-hand corner of the screen. John used a smart bomb then to kill everything on the screen. In the top left-hand corner, there's a little Gym Power icon. Those are the number of hits he's got left. He can take 3 more hits. There's also an icon with SP on it. Those are the number of smart bombs he's got left. There's also a key icon should he collect any keys during the game.
He wants to get up there
before he dies.
Like a lizard.
He's leaping like a lizard? Now, where have I heard that before?
25 seconds gone.
He's got 10 apples.
He's leaping like a lizard.
One hit, and he's out.
He's leaping like a lizard.
Large clusters that hidden in inaccessible places.
Leap like a lizard.
Brazilian keeper's having a great game, Dex.
Yeah, but he's really doing well, leaping like a lizard.
Brave to leap across his baskets. They disappear behind you.
He's leaping like a lizard.
Look, I'm as bored of this joke as you lot are, but I didn't expect Derek Fletcher to only come pre-programmed with 10 stock phrases. It's not my fault he's now said it 4 episodes in a row. You know what? Fuck Gym Power. No one cares about Gym Power or lizards. So let's move over to something everyone cares about. Macho Man Randy Savage is in the house.
Okay, so let's have a word with Randy. Randy, now, in between bashing heads, do you get much time to play computer games?
Let me tell you something. I'm going to win the challenge. Not only am I going to win, but I'm going to win big, yeah, because that's where the Macho Man does it.
I mean, I've never really watched wrestling, but Jim Duggan brought his own 2x4. I don't see any planks of wood on this guy, so I presume he's not as good. This challenge is, of course, Rage in the Cage on the Mega CD, and he's picked a girl who we all know Dave Perry now fully supports because he's a changed man. Not on the outside, of course, where his bandana still lives, but on the inside, where his liver and kidneys are.
Well, I've seen the WWF, and I'm not too convinced. I want to tell Randy and all the WWF, here on GamesMaster we do it for real, and he's going to have to be on top of his form if he's going to beat Bertha.
Look, he's going straight for the throat of the Wrestling Federation's patriarchy now. Dave Perry is a changed man, a champion for all women.
No, he's climbed down. You coward! In your dirty pink trousers. Go on, Crush! Crush going down, that's it! It's all over! Crush and Bertha have beaten the Macho Man!
Bertha, lovely Bertha won, ensuring that Dave Perry doesn't swerve off his redemption course and making sure that we, the audience, aren't tempted to follow Dave's lead because we all look up to him like a father figure, just like Derek Fletcher does.
Well done, Brain Tip. What went wrong?
I didn't get beat, I got whooped. Bertha, congratulations. Right there, I want to ask you a question. In the future, if I have to go against Yokozuna and Crush, will you be my tag team partner?
Of course. Sounds like a great offer.
I don't know what he's like in the ring, but he's absolutely terrifying to listen to. He's giving me the vibes of Rowdy Roddy Piper in beloved children's classic The Mystical Adventures of Billy Owens.
I trust that you're finding everything you need.
Oh, there's a reference for you.
Guys, who's going to win? Laser Force, what's going to happen?
Laser Force!
Laser Force!
Final challenge is on Legends of the Ring, so I expect we're going to be watching yet another match where Nout really happens.
So it's going to be one round of boxing action. Hang on to your seats. You've got a ringside seat. Get ready. The guys are in position. And off you go. Here they go, Dave.
Graziano in the green shorts on the left, Jake LaMotta on the right.
They're off.
And LaMotta's coming in with all the early shots. He's swinging wild, he's trying for the uppercut, but he's not really catching him at the moment.
Well. Graziano! Robert of the Questlers is the winner. He'll be over the moon. Let's go and have a chat with him right now.
I can't believe, after all that, Laser Force lost. Laser Force, of all people. Right, you'll be pleased to know that next week, finally, after 1,000 years, it's the first semi-final. I mean, I say pleased. Relieved. That's the word I'm looking for. Finally, we're here, and if anyone can remember any of the teams that made it through after a decade of watching quarterfinals, then you're a better man or woman or child than I am.
Okay, for those of you who have not met this team before, I happen to know that they're called the Gits, aren't you guys?
Oh, it's the Gits. I do remember them. Oh, those were the days. Remember those times? Back when things were better. Well, not better, but, well, they were the same. Everything was the same. Everything is always the fucking same.
Wake up, it's the dream team! It's the dream team, here they are! The dream team are here! I'm sure they got their posse with them, they did have last time.
Oh god, and this lot are back, already. Maybe they've just put the memorable, and therefore most annoying, teams up first to try and get rid of at least two of them? That'd be my plan anyway. First on the roster is Starwing, which is such an obvious choice, I'm surprised it's only just turned up now.
Here he comes, and he's away. Right, the time starts now. He's off and flying.
In they go, the thing to look out for is the shield bar in the bottom left-hand corner.
51 points.
That's the energy bar for Steam Ship. If that gets through there, he's going to collect his blast.
Drops the Nova.
He's got to go through all these little arches. He's used the supernova bombs to destroy everything. He also picks up some extra supernova bombs.
25 seconds gone. He's flying like a bit of a
doing everything right so far. That's 1,000 points. He gets 1,000 points for blocking that one because he went through all the arches cleanly.
It's gone. It's got
Steve's doing very well as he weaves his way through these buildings, letting off another supernova bomb. 2, 1. Around the building.
Stop the challenge!
Now, I'm not sure if you noticed there, but basically nothing happened. They picked a challenge on Starwing, but set it at literally the very start of the game where there are literally 7 enemies. I know this because I've just sat and counted them. This is not semi-final level material, lads. Most importantly though, the Dream Team and their posse came last, so we can be glad about that. Let's go over to reviews. It's another football game, Virtual Soccer on the SNES.
Virtual Soccer kicks off in good style with a great selection of strips and a great selection of view angles.
You get different chants across the world. You get the chance for unlimited fouls if the ref isn't on screen, and you get some nice Mode 7 graphics on the pitch.
1 player boring, 2 player so-so, middle of the road. If it stays there for much longer, it's going to get hit by a truck.
I think Brad Burton might be my favourite reviewer. There's a simplicity to his reviews that basically says, yeah, sound, this is class, or this is wank, I'd rather snog my mother. Basically, we need more Brad Burtons. Here's hoping he makes it to Series 4. 78% for this football game I've never heard of, so let's take a look at another football game I've never heard of. Empire Soccer 94. How many bastard football games came out this year?
Well, you've got some very funny, cartoony sprites, burly little fellas who amble around. You've got a very strange shaped pitch. It's square, and it has vast goals.
There's a lot of special moves which you don't see in other soccer games, such as the banana kick. It's absolutely wild.
Empire Soccer is absolutely massive. When I say it's massive, it's one of those games that doesn't take itself too seriously.
81%? Maybe I should try it. I'm never going to try it. Here's Soccer Kid, because even when it's not a football game, it has to include a football.
You can kick the ball in the air, dribble it around.
Graphics spot on, sound spot on.
It's a platform game with a difference.
86%, the most contentious score in this show, I reckon. Shall we just take a look at what the 86% list includes? Street Fighter 2 Turbo, Rock and Roll Racing, Lamborghini American Challenge, Flashback, Robocop vs Terminator, Young Merlin, Aero the Acrobat, and Lawnmower Man. And also Soccer Kid. Have you ever seen a more mixed bag of random games all sat at the same score in your life? That's 9 games that have all received the same score, and get this, every single one of the games that got 86% exclusively appeared in Series 3. I feel like there's some sort of conspiracy going on, something to do with Dave Perry making the world flat. But honestly, I'm too dumb to work it all out, so I'm just going to leave it to you lot. Next challenge is Sonic the Hedgehog, because it's been a while, and they've run out of bargain bin mascot platformers at this point.
It's only the first level, and you've got to get through it as quick as you possibly can. Okay then, James, start your challenge. Go on, Sonic.
Yes, the way races are a little spiky.
Off he goes, good leap.
Of course, he's got to get some rings. It's a good idea to get some rings.
All about time, nicely cleared that lump.
As long as Sonic's got a ring, he can't be killed.
Go, don't want to stop.
You know what? It's been a good decade since I played the PAL version of Sonic, and my god, that music. I simply can't.
Behind him. That's it. Pick up the baddies over chasm. Saves him going down.
23 seconds.
He's not far off now.
He's leaping like a lizard. Now, where have I... You've got one lizard joke and something outrageous. At this point, I feel like Derek's made a bet with someone to see if he can get away with this. Anyway, we have a tiebreaker situation, so they're throwing World Heroes 2 up on the telly to see if the Posse Boys can finally get ejected. Spoiler alert, they do. You can all let out a sigh now. Celebrity challenge time, and because this is the 90s, we have 2 Unlimited.
So, well, it's been a fairly good year for 2 Unlimited, hasn't it?
Yeah, I think it was the best year. We had a #1 album, #1 single, so
things are going well, you're happy with that?
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
And Lee, I hear you're a bit of a games player, is that right?
Ah, it's true, yeah.
Yeah? You got a computer?
I've got a Nintendo at home, right?
Yeah?
Yeah.
All right then.
Bants. Fatal Fury 2 is the weapon of choice for this one.
So, the game is Fatal Fury 2, an old classic that we love, a good old chestnut here. Dave, how do you think 2 Unlimited are going to do?
It's a great game, but first off, do you think I could get my hair done like that? Will I get GamesMaster across the back?
No, Dave, I don't think so.
Well, Ray's going to be playing as Joe Higashi, and Anita will be playing as Mai. And although I hate to bet on girls, I'm putting my money on Anita on this one.
Dave, no, we've been through this. You were doing so well.
Let me say yeah! Point to the core, I feel the floor. When I'm on stage, yo, you ask for more. I'm on the edge, I know the last. I work real hard to collect my cash. Tick, 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 take the time. When I'm going for mine. Open your ears and you will hear it. I tell you this, cause there's no limit.
Why did I bet on the girl? Never.
Wait, that was fake, Dave.
And once again, Dave has been proven right. Women, if you're out there watching this right now, look at what you've done to yourselves. Look how pleased Dave is. Time for some shit smack talk.
Right then, we've got 2 teams left. They're battling out for a place in the final. So, Neil, what do you think of this team then, eh?
Chicago Bulls says it all, mate.
It says it all, yeah? Go on, what about this lot? What do you think?
Well, they are the Gits, so they're hardly going to win with a name like that, are they?
Whack, 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 whack.
At least give them some pointers before making them do this. I've seen more vitriol in a duck's beak. Mario Kart is the last challenge, and while it's a reasonably exciting match for a couple of laps, the Gits get wiped out by a shell and just never manage to catch back up. So that means the only team that got through was a team I don't even remember. Good. We're almost there, folks. We're so very almost there. And look who's up first. It's the only team who left a mark on this entire video.
I'm Assad and I'm team captain.
Assad.
Kaljit.
Kaljit.
And David.
Good to see you again, guys. Now, if I remember rightly, you thought my name was Derek.
Yeah, sorry about that, Desmond.
Desmond is going forward. No idea who this team is, and no idea who this team is. Don't care. The first challenge is on Mortal Kombat, because clearly we've not had enough of that yet, and a beat 'em up in the first round means Round Robin Perry has to give the Round Robin explanation again.
Dave, tell us how it's going to work.
We're going to have a round robin championship in which each of the team's beat-em-up specialists gets a chance to play each of the opposing side's beat-em-up specialists in short one-round competitions.
Don't get it, Dave. Not all of us went to university. The only team we care about loses the first round, then look at how this kid takes his seat. Unbelievable. The only person who's allowed to get into a seat like that is Riker, and even he didn't put his feet on the bum part. No manners at all. Regardless, Mortal Kombat, we don't need to see all that again, so let's go straight over to reviews and see what they think of controversial half-a-game Sonic 3.
With loads of new features and huge levels to explore, this is all you'd expect from a new Sonic game and much, much more.
It's bigger and it's better. It's bigger, and it's better. Parted up no end.
The visuals have been tweaked and Sonic himself has become a more rounded hedgehog. But I think it's about time we saw Sonic do some new tricks.
90%, no massive controversies there then, outside the fact they brought in another load of reviewers I've never seen before. We're nearly at the penultimate episode, you can't just give me new faces willy-nilly. Next it's Choplifter 3, the third Choplifter game.
Choplifter appears to me to be a cross between a platform game and Desert Strike. There's a lot to do, true, but the gameplay is very thin. It's all shooting and rescuing hostages.
I particularly like being able to shoot missiles at innocent parachutists.
You're a psychopath.
Choplifter is your basic shoot 'em up, collect 'em up, side-scrolling game.
78% for a game that's perfectly fine. Let's see what the 3DO has to offer.
Tonight we take a sneak preview of some of the games to be released with the new 3DO machine when it comes out in May. First up is the revamped Road Rash.
Let's be honest, Road Rash is basically the only reason to own one, isn't it?
So, you like John Madden on a Mega Drive? Well, it's time to check it out on the 3DO.
We're using real players now.
And finally, FIFA Soccer at the moment is in the early stages, but already it's looking pretty mega.
The zoom option is quite remarkable.
Well, an interesting bunch of games coming under the scrutiny of our reviewers there. Right, now it's time for our second challenge. We don't want to hang about, so we better go straight to the GamesMaster.
Let's get on with it then. Challenge 2 is Mario 3 on the SNES 4 in 1995, where 6 teams are looking to complete 7 rounds in 8 seconds. 9.
We've got everybody's favourites on this show, so the game's Mario 3 from Mario All-Stars. Ash is up first from Take This. Is he going to do a funky performance for us, Dave?
Well, he won his heat on Bubba and Sticks, and he also claims to be able to complete Side Pocket in 2 hours.
I've never agreed with Desmond's face more.
Okay, this is a speed challenge. He's just got to go across the screen as fast a time as possible. He hasn't got to worry about collecting anything because heading the block to collect the power-ups, etc. will just be a waste of time.
Big jump!
I don't think he's going to have much trouble exposing Ashley as a poor games player here tonight.
Right, let's hope so. Right then, good luck to you, Rob.
Dave Perry's roundup of each player is actually longer than the challenge.
Okay, off Rob goes.
He's going
moving across the platform. No!
And most definitely in this case, you're telling me that only one person out of 3 has managed to make it through the first level of Super Mario 3. Once again, this is the semi-finals. What on earth is going on? That leaves us with the team we care about and a team we don't even remember. But before all that, we've got a celebrity challenge to deal with. Weirdly, they introduced the game first. Crash Test Dummies on the Mega Drive, which is already upsetting to think about. So, who is this mystery person that's supposed to be playing this cack?
And what better celebs to play the Crash Dummies than the Crash Dummies themselves? Slick and Spin! Give them a big cheer! Okay, whoa, he made it. Whoa, well done. Well, so, guys, you want to tell us who's Slick, who's Spin, so we know?
I'm Spin, and this is Slick.
What is happening right now? Have I done a drug? Am I a drug right now? Have they really gone through all of the available soap actors already? Who thought this was a good idea?
Crash Dummies, I mean, what's it all about, Dave? Is it stupid or what?
Oh, yes, it is.
There we go.
Yes, let's go. Racing along the level, up onto the car.
Oh, nice little roll.
He just wants to go over the car. There's lots of various
Look out for that motor!
Oh, he avoided that car.
Okay, if we just cut out all of the game bits and just shove in some spooky music, you've basically got a pitch for a Blumhouse horror film. Final round.
Certain words there, what would you think of that then?
Stuff there.
This might be my favourite man in the entire tournament. If they don't win, I'm going to be massively upset. However, the results of that final challenge are going to remain a mystery because instead of another boring football match, this happens.
It's all to play for. Footy!
Presumably whoever recorded all these episodes ran out of tape, so I guess we'll just have to wait until the final to see if we get this amazing guy or whoever this lot were. It's the penultimate episode, and if you've made it this far, congratulations, you're just as sick as I am. Dine, Matt and Dine are back, as is Dr. Shitbants and the Whack Crack Boys, but team number 3 might as well be any 3 strangers plucked from the street. Challenge 1, because apparently they've gone through every game available now, is Aladdin on the Mega Drive. Again, that's the 3rd time this series, if you're counting.
Start your challenge, the clock's running, get going! Go!
Okay, off Dean goes. Like we said, speed and accuracy is everything. The number of apples that Dean has collected are shown in the bottom right-hand corner of the screen.
10 seconds.
He's got 9, 10, 15 apples so far. In the top left-hand corner of the screen, there's a lamp with smoke coming out of it. The amount of smoke coming out of the lamp, that's his life force. That's how much life he has left. But he hasn't got to worry about that. Basically, he should just race through the level. He's towards the end of the level. There's a huge booty of apples. And he's got to get there. He doesn't want to run. Here he goes. There they are. Look at those apples. It's a great score. 45 apples, 46 apples. That's great.
Challenge dead on 40 seconds.
No word of a lie, that is by far the most impressive performance I've seen on any game this series. I would extend that to say it's the only impressive performance I've seen this series. Or it would be, at least, if the second challenger didn't get exactly the same score in exactly the same way. Let's check out what's coming out on the Mega CD in the reviews section.
Prize fighter coming out in March. But once you get past the intros, what do you get? Yes, those gloves are you. Now go slugging one, Rocky. You're Adrian.
The black and white sequences are far too grainy, and you never really feel you've got any control over your character.
It's an interesting idea, but it falls flat on its face. Could have been a contender, but it ain't. The combination of shooting action and video inserts worked really well for me. It's the best of both worlds, really, and a highly enjoyable game.
Despite all the flashy visuals and the full motion video, Ground Zero takes us straight into the screen shooting. There's lots to do, a lot of interaction, but at the same time it's very thin gameplay.
So those two are shite, but Double Switch is bound to get a pound in.
There's a lot to do, a really good plot, and well-formed characters.
It's faster, smoother, and more action-packed than Night Trap. It made me laugh.
Jesus wept. Okay, well, what about Mega Race? It looks absolutely cack.
The tracks are very exciting. There are lots of dips and slides and roller coaster rides.
It moves along at a cracking pace. It's got plenty of violence, loads of action, stunning graphics. What more do you want?
Well, that's one satisfied punter at least. But why do Mega CD games leave so many of us feeling disappointed?
Well, that's a very nice summary, Desmond, but it doesn't really align with your mad reviewers who appear to be gaining a lifetime supply of doubt from the benefits office. Next challenge is Pilot Wings, a game that will never be forgotten.
Well, a game that's often forgotten, but one of my favourites.
Never, Desmond, never. We all know that the most important bit of Pilot Wings' parachute stage are the landings, so let's check these out.
When it gets to red, he's gone through the ground. He's going to get 70. Oh, no, he looked like he's going to get the 70 points.
Wank.
Rate of descent was too great. He's just got to steady that. Temper his approach a little bit. There's the ground meter. Nearly on the ground. He's going to hit the target. That's beautiful.
Nailed it.
Overshoot. He's in big trouble. He's too close to the target. He's going to overshoot. He should go for one of the 40s on the outside. He's not going to make it.
Wank. That's goodbye to the team full of strangers who got a whopping knout, so let's go over to the Celebrity Challenge, and we have two members of a boy band called Bad Boys Inc., who I had absolutely zero recollection of, and after going and listening to their music, it doesn't even scratch a minor itch in the nostalgia zone of my brain, so apparently I somehow entirely avoided their whole career. Having listened to it now, that's no bad thing. The challenge this week is Rebel Assault, but don't expect it to last.
Those guys really aren't better looking than me, are they?
No, Dave, definitely not.
Oh, all right then.
No.
Well, Rebel Assault's a very, very tough game, but this is a good challenge for teen idols because sooner or later they've got to get used to things blowing up in their faces, haven't they?
Oh, Dave! There we go. Right, that's the cue on the clock.
He's in control.
Here goes Ali. Go on,
2 meters down the bottom, left-hand corner of the screen. That's got damage written next to it. These ships could hit the sides of the canyon 4 times. On the 5th time, they'll be out of here, and everything will go very, very red and fuzzy for the pirate. Look at the damage meter. Look at that down the bottom. It's dangerous. That's it.
You know, that reminds me of Bad Boy Inc.'s greatest hit.
Gonna fly down the tunnel in my rocket ship. I'm a sweet fly boy, I shoot from the hip. Hyperspeed loving, yeah. Hyperspeed loving, ooh. Hyperspeed loving, yeah. I'm hyperspeed loving, yeah. A fast night with me is just what beckons, 'cause I can't last longer than 20 seconds.
Final challenge time.
All right, and what about this side? Who's playing? Ashton is, yeah? Right, what do you think, Ashton? What do you think the chances are?
Oh, quite good, half average.
Yeah?
Really showing a lot of confidence this week. The challenge is another boring Street Fighter match that nobody wants to watch because it's Ken versus Bison, which obviously means that Ken is going to win because Ken always wins.
Dragon Punch from Ken. Straight in the Dragon Punch. Once like I say, a lot of fighters, they like to use the jump in, the high kick move, but if they're playing against an experienced person with Kamabayev, you should temper it because he's wise to it. He's wise to Ashton knows, and he's used the Dragon Punch. That was a power punch from Bison. He's staggered Ken, sent him back. He's still leaving too much. He's taking all the damage. He's down.
Let's finish this. This is it. The final segment of this laborious, repetitive nightmare of a series comes screeching to a miserable halt at this very moment, with the finale of what can only be described as a tournament of blind luck over actual skill. The first team to make it through were the Mega Maniacs.
You even dream about beating us and you better wake up and apologise.
Essex Bad Boys, the Mega Maniacs, take games playing so seriously they even have their own coach.
Ain't nobody gonna beat my boys.
Everything about this feels like a bad 90s boy band video.
is the Elite Three from Birmingham. Let's go and check out a little bit about them.
We're the Elite Three. We are the best.
And these guys are definitely playing the role of E17.
Ashton, what is going to happen tonight?
Well, we're here on business, not pleasure.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You going to take home them prizes?
Yep.
For sure. All right then, good luck to you guys.
Christ alive, these guys need to get on Desmond's meds. Absolutely zero pep. Anyway, my favourite team didn't make it through, which means they lost their challenge in the footage that was wiped from history forevermore. I now care even less about any result going forward. First challenge is Cybermorph because they've decided the final has to be games of the future, which means most of them are likely to be shite.
He's probably his team's weakest player.
What the fuck did you just say to me?
And here he is to death. He's only got 2 lives in this. The pods are those diamond-shaped objects below, Rob. You pick them up by driving over the top of them. The number of pods collected, or number of pods left, is in the bottom right-hand corner of the screen, above the little yellow diamond-shaped icon. He's got 12 left at the moment, and he's doing very, very well.
Come on, this is the final!
Thanks for reminding us, Desmond, but it doesn't make this any more interesting to watch. 2 teams drew and 1 won. Moving on to the next challenge, because when I'm right, I'm right. They've decided the final has to be games of the future, which means most of them are likely to be shite. It's Rise of the fucking Robots.
And we've got Paul from the Hawks and Russell from the Maniacs. Dave, tell us a bit about what's going on.
We're going to have a round-robin competition on one of our games of the future, which means that each team's beat-em-up specialist will play both the opposing sides.
All right, Dave, calm down, we get it. Jesus wept. Anyway, prepare yourselves for what is quite possibly the worst match we've ever seen.
Little challenge, guys, good luck.
Okay, so the Maniacs are playing Cyborg, which is the blue robot on the left-hand side of the screen, and the Hawks are playing Military Droid, who is the grey robot on the right-hand side of the screen. At the moment, both fighters sizing each other up. The energy bar is at the top, obviously the green bar with energy next to it. The more that disappears, the more trouble each fighter is in. By holding down the kick and the punch buttons, the longer length of time, the blue power ball lights up underneath the fighters, letting them do special moves. At the moment, Cyborg is hammering Military Droid. He's hardly got a knock in.
I mean, we all know Rise of the Robots was awful, but it's nice to have a reminder of just how awful. Unsurprisingly, all 3 matches follow the exact formula, which puts Humber Hawks in the lead and E17 are out.
Liam, do you want to say anything?
Not really.
No, I'm not surprised. No, well...
Are they actually going to cry?
Baby, if you got to go away.
Next challenge is Sonic CD, the Sonic of the future, because the music is a bit nicer and that's probably it.
Dave, do you want to say anything about him or have you done your business?
I just want to say this is going to be a very tough time to beat. This is going to be top-notch games playing if he beats this.
All right, good luck, Robert. Start your challenge!
Robert will almost certainly use the turbo boost rightfully off. And there he goes. He's at full power. He gets that flipper. That'll give him even more momentum as he shoots upwards. Will he go back for the slippers? Yes, he's turned around. He's going back for the red slippers. Sonic will now be at full speed as he heads across the level. The only thing that can stop him now is running into things like rocks. That's bringing up too high. That's it. He's on the invisible wall. Oh no, he can't get up. He's wasting so much time. That's it. I'm going to tell you that's it. He's out of the challenge.
The quality of finalists, ladies and gentlemen. Pure skill on display. Straight to the next challenge, and it's Street Fighter 2 Turbo, because it always is. It's not even the future, but this time someone is actually showing a modicum of skill.
Ken's trying to get in close. You get the high kick. Beautiful combination. High kick, low kick, power kick. Oh, I thought he was going to dragon punch him. He didn't quite get a dragon punch in.
Rinsed. No time to wait around though, this is the finale. Final challenge is Striker on the SNES.
So, the final challenge is Striker on the SNES. I've been chatting so much, my voice has gone. This is the final challenge of the series. It decides the championship. The team that wins this, well, they've won the whole final, the mega prizes and everything. Dave, do you want to say anything about the teams, the guys who are playing?
I have got nothing to say. I just want to say, not a journalist, I'm a marketing manager.
Paul of the Hawks is going to play for England, and Russell of the Mega Maniacs is playing Germany. Start your challenge!
The final challenge is your standard kick the ball into the goal style affair where one team scored 3 goals and the other scored 2. And that means the Mega Maniacs won a load of prizes nobody wants, and then to really add a miserable cherry on this poo cake, they bring out Mike Miller, the head of sports for Channel 4, like he's some sort of celebrity we should all be thankful for. And then he says this.
What did you think of the championship, Mike?
It was mega-mongous.
Yes!
I think that's a good place to leave it. And look, I said at the start of this video that I was all for Team Desmond, that I really wanted to cast aside my doubts from the first half of the series and just give him his due for stepping up to the plate and at least turning up for the job. But truthfully, after enduring this torture for what now feels like half of my life, I simply can't. But there is someone that does deserve some accolade, and while it's probably going to make everyone swallow their own tongue, I think we really need to give the GamesMaster golden joystick here to the one, the only, Dave Perry. Yes, he might have accidentally made everyone sexist, but he's also the only person on set who seems to have even the remotest idea what he's talking about. And while he doesn't have quite the same energy as Desmond, that, in my book, can only be a good thing. The latter half of Series 3 was an endless tournament, and that endless tournament meant endlessly watching the same games over and over again. But throughout all of that, Dave Perry provided actual commentary that would have worked perfectly if it wasn't for the fact you can't hear a damn thing he's saying because Desmond Fletcher is shouting the most inane, random shit over everything he has to say.
From left to right in the blue shirts, Dennis White of Germany.
Yes, Italy. John Bard shoots. Oh, not a save.
Beautiful save.
Straight off. Bit of action there. Go on, Dennis. Dennis puts it back out away. Moves on.
Dennis
passes it down to his number 19.
John
16 picks it up.
Dennis has got a long
Great eye, try to make
And if he's not doing that, he's literally just repeating or rewording something that Dave Perry has just said.
Go on,
really
Shredder.
Wicked special moves. The bars watch at the end, his bars up the top, and that's it for Shredder.
Yeah, he's
oh no, it's not, he's nearly down. He's
special all over the
place. It's going to be over, that's
It does beg the question then, why not just give the hosting role to Perry? And I can only presume he simply wasn't a big enough name to host what had already snowballed into a cultural phenomenon. And I also suspect that had a certain someone not come sauntering back over the horizon with a sudden change of heart for the McDonald's sponsor and an unrelated better pay packet, Perry may well have continued in his role as, if not the host, then very much a co-host. Let me be clear. That's not a universe I necessarily want to live in, but it is an alternate timeline that feels the most feasible in a world where Dominic Diamond was gone for good. Overall though, Series 3 wasn't just bad because of one man who didn't know what he was waffling on about, it was bad because of the format. An endless procession of challenges that often seemed plucked out of nowhere, and with none of the charm or wit or absurdity of what came before. It was gruel. And it was grueling, and for that we can only doff our caps to whoever set this damn thing in a prison. And so, farewell, GamesMaster binge watchers. I'll see you all in hell.
I'm grumpy.